Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Out of the ashes we rise.
Time check.
No one like
It's 37 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock.
you.
And you listen to the Crown Report. I say I hate all you. A very important person. And the pitbull is a very important person. Just like how the Indian Prime Minister is a very important person. So my late entry was because the pitbull was leaving the airport heading to Cuba.
Into the darkness you shine.
Because the pitbull is in the first 7 most powerful people in the country, in the world. Yeah.
None like you.
Well, boy, Trini cuss. Trinidadian, Tobago, yeah. Well, not Tobago, but Trinidadian, hey, Port, especially the east-west corridor side here, down on this side here. People cuss, people call, people cuss. All over social media, booming. People want to know where this Indian man come from. To play causing all this traffic in this country. Boy, I can't understand Trinidad and Tobago, no boy. The poor Indian man come here, he go be in parliament today. The man bring you water, blessings, throwing you water. He talk about indentured laborship at labor, and they come from the motherland. The man talk and the walk with Ramai. They cult here. The man even talk about the African people.
And they forgot his fault.
And the roots of the African people. Today is an Indian Prime Minister. He anybody talking about the African. He talk about both recognizing his 2 major races in Trinidad and Tobago. But yet still, Trinidadian and Tobagonians, still we go get it out of them. Had the bad mind of the PNM, the Rowley bad mind administration. Look how Rowley shaking the man hand and Rowley boy long and Rowley cool. Rowley just really let them do sharpness and he try to do the front, you know. They keep that dirty mentality, especially the PNM supporters, cussing this Indian man. They say, Kamala them come back and Indianize the whole place. Oh, the whole place Indian down. I say, oh God. They say, where does Indian come from? I say, oh God. They say, see why I don't vote for the UNC? As they reach the whole place, one Indian man inconveniencing everybody. Third world mentality. That is what the people saying yesterday. People real cuss. I don't know what all you gonna say about it. I really don't know what you're going to say about it. But I understand. The only thing I vex about is that the police and them should have a little more coordination. Where, all right, the block off a certain part, so boom, so. And then, but remember them in our good communications at all. They don't have no good communication. So I say, well, right, so we know when the man going and leave because you have an idea when the man leaving the airport. So at least 10 minutes before the man actually leave the airport, or 15, everybody just waiting by the major, all the entrances, all them police we see all over, soldier, this, that. Men on walkover, men on flyover, men to the side of the bush, men all in bush hiding. I say, but what is this going on here? I say, Lord, make sure this man ain't dead in this country. Oh, nobody can kill this man here. I say, because I feel India go come and damage this whole place. That come like if Trump and all, if a big one like them, they so come here and get killed. That very trouble for we, you know. Oh, them don't go turn this country upside down, boy. Them have to find who do that, you know. So for the betterment of the country and the name of the country, a little better inconvenience to make sure that thing could go the way it had to go. I don't think nobody should be vexed, nobody. That's a very powerful man, brother. I one of the G7, you know. India might be ranked maybe the third or the fourth or the fifth most powerful country in the world, you know. Like nuclear power kind of bacchanal there, you know. China and the Chichichong regiment, myself army. With some police and fat man way and some soldier way. Them tin boy and them running and them men running down them men and you can see them tin boy quite in front, tin boy and them looking like Usain running with somebody bag and them big fat police behind there running them down on the gas spray. I go, hey, stop! Stop!
Into the darkness you shine. Oh Lord. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are high.
Bang, bang, bang.
Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome
So mantra, where she pong me? Where she on? Me don't say call she name, you know.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against.
Bang, bang, bang.
What Juju ponging me for? Where she using my name for she program for? Leave me in peace. I don't where wrong with she. I don't call she name, you know. I just leave she in peace. I just leave all them pay them most of them. I just stay out of them way, you know. Because I don't know all of them and the dirty ways, you know.
Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes
I
of
think somebody had sent me something saying it, but me really didn't study that. I saying a stupid talk thing about Andy, you get pong and somebody sent something for me, you know.
none like you.
What the hell is this?
Into the darkness you shine.
Bang, bang, bang.
Ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power.
Let me hold it and go juju them. Let me come God in my head. I like to start with God in a comfortable head. Yeah, let me dance my God in my head here, man.
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any.
Akira!
Our God.
What Juju say about me? What Juju on? Anyhow, what I say in the beat day? And you been playing the vexing night on the beat day about Indian man stop the traffic and them I don't understand that is a very, very powerful man in the country there. Hey, this Trinidad and Tobago start any kind of trade thing with India, they know that big thing, plenty thing. Them are all the pharmaceuticals in the world. Them are where the hell boy, them creating thing, them. But people cussing. Let me shake all the jumbie them day. That way at a pound there too, that was pressure, you know. That was pressure. The belly go back down now. A good government in power. A pressure that get my belly big, baby. A pressure rowdy them. Get my belly that get kind of big they watch. Why feel Lennox Smith so fat and short? He dancing like out of time style and the man sweating down the place and yet still he was playing on side, you see? Lennox Smith, he wife, everybody playing on size. That was the pressure size. Now people go lose weight, man. Say, where's that Patricia Reed ball in there? Let me see there. What Patricia Reed? What Patricia Reed saying there? Partner, I never say nothing good for nobody. I don't know where it's going. All I do is correcting the wrong information that I have out there. The information out there is the contractors and them they ain't getting no money. Them people and them getting a whole month. The information out there is the workers, contractors have to pay the workers. Are correct that I say no? The contractors and them, the CPEP, contractors never also pay workers. The CPEP just pay the workers and them. Contractors just have to pay the NIS and else charge and for the workers and all that kind of thing. Right. Also, we put out there that the workers and them will be paid 2 weeks by 2 weeks, which is a month, 2 fortnight. Have a good government. That work going on now, what that have to do with me? Hey. Back then, no rules wasn't broken, you know. They break the rules. Back then when I worked till wherever, back then when I had that thing there. Where Patricia Reed and all of them play, they talking day and Juju them they telling the talking day. That was renewed long before the day of the election. Or before, week before election, back and all thing. Hey. Anyhow, I feel like I get one more God in this place, you know. They're trying to interfere with the pit bull. Where is our God I want? But let me go and find our next God music day first before we start up this dance. So by the meanwhile, all I gotta take in some because I have something to show it to Trinidadian cussing the Indian man. The world cuss the Indian man, the park up, who sit down on their bonnet, who sit down on their trunk, who sit down on the railings to the side of the road, who stand up on their van, and they only taking out their phone and they're cussing. They say, where this Indian man come from? Third world mentality. How the whole country has shut down for this Indian man? And it's only Indian. They say, Kamala them, now come in power. And they Indian down the whole place. Like if it only Indian. I say, oh God. I say, Lord. I say, but them ain't know. If Kamala them didn't win the elections, the man trip was already planned. And Rowley them would have host the man. And Rowley, the African government, would have had to organize and host the Indian man. And they would have do the same, but even worse. Oh my God. Eh? And then you hear these tutors, the tutor president, what I feel is a P&M. That Chinese man. He are no saying about school closed. Why the local school are passed and it have tests going on. Well, I know about that one. And what traffic it go save. And then the PTS, the National Parents Teachers Association head, saying to it make no sense. Why they lock down the place? Why they set over school 11:30? Boy, real back and all thing, boy. Let me look for something to shake that the devil out of this place. No, not that. I'm coming back with things to shake the devil out of the place there. Trying to remember all of this Baptist tune. How we go again, boy? Oh boy, most of them Baptists and them display that thing, boy. It is have a nice beat. It is have Ancient Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you, Nathaniel. Joyce and Bucks, good morning to you.
Is with us, and what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us?
Now Nini. Siram, a pleasant good morning to you. Siram Ghani. Good morning to you, Janelle. Dear bro Chatu, good morning. Nick Nesta, good morning to you. Baby Rampasad, good morning. Julian John. Patricia Reed, the hell with you. You only always asking for people. Angela Lochan, a pleasant good morning to you. Sukdir, Dookie, good morning. Marilyn Chicharan. Dress School, good morning. Denver. Divan Maharaj, good morning to you. Earl, you are related to that Logan? Earlier on day that I call it. Where's the next Logan I call it? Let me see. I just see a Logan. Oh. Oh boy, some Logan I see somewhere, you know. Hey, Angela Mason, good morning to you, Anthony. I show all the rest of the names disappear. Yes, Nathaniel, that was so disrespectful. It shows how so many people are so illiterate. Yeah. Where the hell, boy? Oh, no, they can't give me an idea that tune day where people is play the majority of the time, and oh boy. Oh God, it had this kind of back-taste beat. Why are they doing me that? No, they can't give me that this morning, boy. Hey, boy, oh boy. Satan? Oh, I don't remember it. I don't remember all you. Yes, they for Juju. All they let Juju know. Let Juju know. Let me get there first. Oh, God. Where's she calling my name for? What Juju calling my name? Which one I play? I go tell all which one I had to play. Which one I had to play. Let me see which one is the better one. Let me listen for myself there first. I go tell all you. Oh, God. All right, let me see this one here now. Which one? Nah, I don't think I'll go with this one at all. Well, tell me. What they call? Tell Juju them. Tell Juju them the pit bull say. There what the pit bull say here. Listen to the pit bull say here. Listen to the pit bull say here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Children, come go to Zion with me. Jesus Christ is a vessel, and he rides upon the storm. Rides upon the storm. Rides upon the storm. Jesus Christ is a vessel, and he rides upon the storm. We are sailing, sailing home. Sailing, sailing, sailing home. Sailing home. Jesus Christ is a vessel.
I tell Juju them leave me alone. You know? Don't let me organize and write my parchment paper at all. Get me black cock, my blue candle, my black candle. So tell Juju them, all of them lead the pet ball, you know. I's a high priest, you know.
Bang, 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 bang.
Move, Satan, move, let me pass. Move, Satan, move, let me pass. I am on my way, safe and sanctified. Move, Satan, move, let me pass.
We talking about? I don't say cleanse the place this morning. Juju them calling the pit bull name. And then yesterday. Trinidad and Tobagonians only cussing. All over social media go. All over go people cussing. They're saying where this Indian man come from? This Indian man stop the whole country traffic. Boy, people sit down on their bonnet. People sit down on their trunk. People sit down all over just cussing. They say, look, come let them Indian down the country. There's that all kind of stubbornness. When at the end of the day, if come let them didn't win the election, the man was still coming here and Rowley and the African government would have still had to host the man. And the man is one in the 7 most powerful men in the world and most powerful country in the world. Them is part of the G7, Papa. Them is nuclear bombs. Them is some serious people. That man is the Prime Minister for the biggest democracy in the world. 6 billion something people. Them people and them are all the pharmaceutical drugs, most is them. Them people is creators. The world's most brightest CEOs and companies in the world is look for the Indian people to run their companies that come from, I think it's the Indian University. I forgot the name of the school across there in India, they across so. Where they just go right there, they come like a Harvard and a this and a that, they start picking them there in India. They. Why you always so Trinidadian? All you cuss. Always start to cuss, always say, look, come let them Indian down the place. One time they not reach, and the Indian down the country. The man come in peace, the man bring holy water. The man wet, the man, but well, I hear the man speech. The man talk about indented labor. The man mention and all, the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Moody. May God bless the man. No, he can't go Lavanti. The man can't go Lavanti touch your water. Them they might kill you up there. So you know up there. I don't know what level. But the man talk about the history. The man also, he didn't only talk about Indian, you know. The man talk about the Africans that come here too. The man is a world's number one man, a high in demand man. The man come like Mahatma Gandhi. The man come like Martin Luther King. The man saying thing. And all your deceitful Trinidad and Tobagonians only sitting on all your car so and all your just they who on the bonnet. Or they could just get a little popcorn, buy a little soft drink. Who that popcorn organize? The nuts man and them out there. Buy a pack of nuts, fall to fresh. Or you could buy the honey roasted. Sit down in your car. Who can walk good? Jot back, put them in the front seat. Let auntie them jot back in the front. Guys, all that was going on. And taking the movie of a great man touching down in Trinidad and Tobago. But they cuss the man, they cuss. P&M supporters, they just keep cussing. Nah. We gotta get the demons out of this place, they all here. The man bring water, the man throwing holy water to help we. Nah. We gotta let me fix this thing. Nah. Tell Juju, move, say, let me pass, let the people pass. Tell Juju, leave me out of the damn program. Tell all them people who calling me, cussing me yesterday, telling me about, look, my Kamala government, and look, the government I support, what's traffic, what's this, and they only cussing, oh God. Tell them, move Satan, let me pass.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Everybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Never tell me. If anybody in Trinidad, even Kamala, watch this. You see Trinidad as well as that cacao. A man come from India. And what we cause in this country?
Now that's the thinking of the average citizen here.
I wonder if everybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Never tell me. If anybody in Trinidad, even Kamala, watch this. You see Trinidad as well as that cacao. A man come from India. And what we cause in this country?
Now that's the thinking of the average citizen here in Trinidad and Tobago, because they got inconvenienced in traffic because a prime minister of a very well-established country such as India came to Trinidad and Tobago. Now let's do the proportions. Narendra Modi represents over billions of persons, while here in Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister represents just about 1.4, 1.5 million. So obviously, with Narendra Modi coming to Trinidad and Tobago, as stated by the Office of the Prime Minister, there would have been some traffic restrictions and there would have been some traffic congestions. If you went out on the road today, clearly you didn't take heed. So who you blaming for the traffic backup? Now, this is not something new, because in the United States, when the president is traveling, he travels with a contingency of police officers, and he also travels with a contingency of staff. Police officers also shut down streets, and the Secret Service shut down streets not only in New York. When we saw the whole case brought up with President Donald Trump, and almost several streets in New York were shut down near courts and also highways and stuff like that. But it happens in places like Russia and several other countries across the world. It is not something new to Trinidad and Tobago. But once more, that is our third world thinking. Us here in this country, on this island, we have a third world mentality, and this is why we cannot get anything new and we cannot get any sort of betterment in this country. Because one little traffic congestion on the nation's roadway, because the Prime Minister of India is coming to Trinidad and Tobago and is here in Trinidad and Tobago, all they're complaining.
Now when we talk, so that I feel more safe now.
I wonder if everybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Never tell me. If anybody in Trinidad, even Kamala, watch this. You see Trinidad as well as that cacao. A man come from India. And what we cause in this country?
Now that's the...
I wonder if everybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Never tell me. If anybody in Trinidad, even Kamala, watch this. You see Trinidad as well as that cacao. A man come from India. And what we cause in this country?
Now that's the thinking of the average citizen here in Trinidad and Tobago, because they got inconvenienced in traffic because a prime minister of a very well-established country such as India came to Trinidad and Tobago. Now let's do the proportions. Narendra Modi represents over billions of persons, while here in Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister represents just about 1.4, 1.5 million. So obviously, with Narendra Modi coming to Trinidad and Tobago, as stated by the office of the Prime Minister, there would have been some traffic restrictions and there would have been some traffic congestions. If you went out on the road today, clearly you didn't take heed. So who you blaming for the traffic backup? Now, this is not something new, because in the United States, when the president is traveling, he travels with a contingency of police officers, and he also travels with a contingency of staff. Police officers also shut down streets, and the Secret Service shut down streets not only in New York, when we saw the whole case brought up with President Donald Trump, and almost several streets in New York were shut down near courts and also highways and stuff like that. But it happens in places like Russia and several other countries across the world. It is not something new to Trinidad and Tobago. But once more, that is our third world thinking. Us here in this country, on this island, we have a third world mentality, and this is why we cannot get anything new and we cannot get any sort of betterment in this country. Because one little traffic congestion on the nation's roadway, because the Prime Minister of India is coming to Trinidad and Tobago and is here in Trinidad and Tobago, only complaining.
Right. You asked me what was the issue with me and my mom. There is no issue with me. There's an issue with her. Right, you speak to her and don't talk to me about her. I can't tell you where she is with me. She don't want none of where she premises, but she can't do that because I grew up here my whole life. But I'll talk, I'll continue talking and say what I have to say. I am listening. I am not telling you nothing about out of the way. I am listening to what I have to say. I have nothing to add to what I have to say. I now get up. Let me just be real, right?
I wonder if anybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Let me tell me. I wonder if anybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Let me tell me. If anybody in Trinidad, even Kamala, watch this. You see Trinidad as well as that cacao. I'm going from India. And what three cousins in this country?
Now that's the thinking of the... We cannot get anything new and we cannot get any sort of... Because one traffic congestion on the nation's roadway, because the Prime Minister of India is coming to Trinidad and Tobago and is here in Trinidad and Tobago, only complaining.
I know girl come my door scratching on the door. I say my dog want to pee. I hear in the car in front. I walk outside, I see what's going on, you feel like running from me. You think that will be real? I don't see it already. I could have run if I wanted to run, but I am not wrong. I am not scared. I am not afraid of you guys. You guys cannot move me out of my place. You can bring paper, you can bring whatever all you want. I will fight this in court. She has done this with my bigger brothers. She has done this with my second brothers. She has done this with everyone. Oh man. So I am not going through this, sir. You can file your report.
Nice. Oh boy. Oh boy. So again, that was what was trending yesterday, please God. Well, I heard that the Indian Prime Minister will be talking in the Parliament today too. So it's the third and the fourth. It will have all those sort of thing there. But what was trending wasn't nice. It's people talking all kind of thing about Look how they bring them Indian and everything. Oh my God. I think it was explained properly by David Wells. But what's your front burner, Trinidad and Tobago? Your front burner don't have to be that. But that is what was trending. It's cost for Kamala them. They say as they gain power, the people say how they come and the Indian down the country. That's stopping traffic. The PT, the tutor, the Chinese man, tutor president, the Chinese man and all say why the government over school 11:30. Then the national president, the National School Teachers Association president, I think that he or she, wherever, them and all that problem and saying, well, why don't even over the school 11 too? People cuss over there and everywhere. People sit down on their bonnet. People open the trunk, they sit down in the trunk. People open the car door, they think in the car door. People who air condition, jet back and what on the phone and the internet, social media. People do have no phone or no air condition. They're there with their book. They're there with their slippers. And they're fanning this hot. They can't move. And only cussing the Indian president. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Gael, Trinidad and Tobago. Gael, the Caribbean, a pleasant good morning to you all. Again, welcome to the Friday edition of the Ground Report. Tobago, I say no more. It have a lot of things that I can play via social media with people. But I leave the front burner and all the headliners to Youth Friday. Send your voice notes. Make your calls. The lines are open. All lines are open. 225-6644. 225-6644. The number's right at the bottom of the screen there. All of us in right at the bottom of the screen down there. Watch it. 225-6644 or 239-5120. 239-5120. Okay, we are WhatsApp call or send a WhatsApp voice note at 366-3053. 366-3053. Welcome to the Ground Report.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
I'm calling from Trinidad, Five Rivers. Andy, the only thing I didn't understand is that when the Prime Minister was giving his speech to the audience, I find they should have had an interpret breaking down his in Hindi language because plenty of us can't talk Hindi here. 1, 2, you'll find that it still have a red donkeys on them this still who can stomach the Balize juice here. They don't know a protocol that if you're inviting a president, a prime minister or so to your country, it takes months of planning and months of organizing. You believe that Kamala and them could have organized that trip like that in 2 months' time? What wrong with them people and they get heat and information? There will be traffic on the roads. So if you are things, please stay home. Or if you're just coming out just so, please stay home. It takes, well, I don't know what to say. It takes a lot of donkey to be quarreling and thinking and them. But he had the Balize juice still and can't get over, especially the Parent Teachers Association president, the president of tutor. Them fellas mad. Hey, Andy, later I'll call back.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Andy, morning.
Morning.
Calling from St. Joseph. And it's just amazing. You see how the tutor president and them objected, right? But Andy, school closing today. School closing today, they're objecting for 11:30 yesterday. School closing today, some schools closed yesterday. What has happened to some people, boy? They literally so bad, Andy. When you travel, you will know the difference. Thank you.
Yeah, some people say too when Ghana president came, Rowley and the PNM was praising. Well, all over Port of Spain. All over Port of Spain. But here what some people say, and Sabah can say too, because this was a topic that some people think. They say it was Port of Spain alone. They say when Ghana president come, they didn't lock down the highways, the byways. They say they ain't see no police on flyovers, walkovers, and every traffic light, all in the bush, army, soldier, people with binoculars and guns, and they say they ain't see all of that for Ghana president. So why have all of that for the Indian president? Again, I just say what the people say. That's what the people saying. So let's take calls. Let's take some calls. Oh my God. Morning caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Andy Williams, good morning to you. Good morning to Lennox Smith and Mickie. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Andy Williams, those people them that Carolina, all you have to take that. Everybody, all medias was telling all you it's going to have a lot of this road going to block off and that road going to block off. Why all you didn't stay home? All you have to go by the rum shop. All you have to go by the bar. All you have to go a party. Stay home. When Keith Rowley and the PNM did bring Andy Williams, you hear together? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Yes.
Let me correct myself. It wasn't Ghana president. It was a king, some king from Ghana. So that wasn't a president.
King, some Ashanti king.
Right, so they been block up
some
the place.
Ashanti king.
So they ain't go do all of that bacchanal for no king, man.
And let her go and research that Ashanti king that come over here. Keith Rowley, let me don't say Keith Rowley, the PNM, but Keith Rowley went. He went to the country who was selling African people. They was selling the people and them. They was selling the people them in Jamaica and Trinidad and the Barbados. Them were African people was selling African and making them selling slaves. And the block of the whole of Port of Spain. All you can remember, the block of the whole of Port of Spain. Nobody can go nowhere. And have all them Hindu school children and them line up with African people children and get to see the Ashanti king. Well, you're complaining now. You can remember now, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, the Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. She go in India. She bring the Indian Prime Minister. We get the Ashanti king from the PNM. We get nothing from that. This Indian Prime Minister that come in Trinidad and Tobago, she bring opportunity. After the Ashanti king leave, we get African snails in this country. Today, this country pester with African snails. You will see when this Indian Prime Minister leave and go back in the country, people will be more educated, will have more opportunities. Schools will build faster. Instead of all the people complaining, all the PNM people complaining. But an ambitious man come in this country to bring opportunity. All the Carolina? Why all the Carolina? All they don't want no schools in this country. All they don't want no children hospital. All they don't want old age people to get more money. All they don't want minimum wage go up. All they don't want those opportunities in this country. All they want is to create confusion. When the goodly lady working on behalf of the citizens of this country. All they will take that. They will be in all your face for the next 5 years. And if all you can't take it, you see the alligators and them from the Milky Lagoon that the Fitzgerald Hines and them speak about. Well, them in charge now. Them in charge now. And instead of you be ignorant, all you have to do is just be quiet. Stay home, sweep the yard. Many of you yard that complaining, Yard dirty. Go and cut the grass around your yard. You couldn't stay home yesterday evening and do them thing? Do something ambitious. The next tutor president, he complaining about the result coming entrance coming out 11 o'clock. Plenty people will have the disadvantage. You know why they have the disadvantage? Because you sit down there and you see the PNM deny the children the laptop. If they had a laptop, they would not be able to see the result. You only don't want the children to get opportunity. What type of tutor president will sit down for so long, for about 5 years now he there? And he will say, no Keith Rowley, no Stuart Young. Give the children the laptop. That's beneficial to the future of their studies. He didn't say that. But when the government doing something and the Ministry of Education doing something, you know to complain now. Here's a PNM. Thank you. Wrong reporter.
Bang, bang, bang.
Oh boy, a visit by a great man. In the biggest democracy of the world. Over 6 billion people. Something. One of the leading manufacturers of drugs. Oh boy. And Trinidad and Tobagonians cuss yesterday. Look, say. When they would line up for stink and dirty fat for pay thousands of dollars. Oh my God, they didn't say nothing. Put it at the say, replying to Rosa. Say, he get yam seeds. I roll them and pay them to get yam seeds. It looked like the seeds expire. None didn't grow. All right. I will call you Roma Price. I know, see about yesterday my phone was ringing down so much. With people cussing, Andy. We're going to meet it. Indian government. Okay, oh God, the real cussy pitbull. And then yes, this morning now, people sending messages to me telling me about. Look, Juju going after Andy. Look, Juju on you. I say what Juju doing on the pitbull. Up to now, those PNM don't say get no yams. That was somebody say, I just reading, Neil De Silva from Valencia. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Neil De Silva, Delia, all of you. Hey, KK, what's up? No school class? Oh, primary school closing today. All right. I just want to go through this thing here quick, slow. Right, so someone will get to read will pass. Right, let me go to what I find I could make sense to read. I could do that. Oh boy, Nick Nesta. Yes, this one is not bad at all. We welcome anything India has to offer, including their UPI program, which is good for trade. All right, Patricia Philip. Hey, Ground Report family, Karapo in the house. I am late, sorry. Blessings to all. All right, blessings to you. Why you late? I was here very early. Why you late? All right, let me continue. All right, now I ain't going to read everything at all. All you have to read all the thing on yourself too. Right. All right, Paul. Poran Singh. Ram Kisoon say good morning to all on the live. And happy Independence Day to all we Americans. Have a safe, blessed holiday. All right, it's a holiday in America. Happy Independence Day to all you Americans that look onto the number one program, The Ground Report. Especially the Trini Americans, man. Trinbigonians Americans. That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. Eh? That's what we talking about. Hey, Lisa Duman say, I'm proud of my Trinidad and Tobago Indian heritage. Why do other Trinidadians have to disrespect that? I respect the rights of their heritage. Oh boy, it is time that the government, it is time we the people who are the government stop answering to the illiterate PNM idiots and start working with the people we all put into office on the 28th of April to help make this country better for our children and stop this tit for tat for the next 5 years. Oh boy, Rasta Jack is saying Rowley is still the topic, boy. That blight done for. Oh my God. Rowley, you make everybody hate you, boy. Oh boy, Jason Mitchell say, no yam yet, Foster must be waiting. Still. All right, Patricia Reed says school is closing on now. Next week, it's next week. All right. For next week. They say school closing next week. All right, everybody. Gloria, everybody saying school closing next week. All right, happy 4th of July. Happy Independence to all Trini Americans, Trinbagonian Americans, and the American people itself. They call it children and them born up there. Some of them done, not me say that is, man, I'm not concerned. Some of them, ex-layers. Oh, God, oh, that the kind of battle some of them, I don't know, it was ex-layers. Andy, we welcome Moody to our shows. By the time he leaves, things will be better. Nice. So let's go ahead. Let me hear all of it quick. Let me hear all of it quick by the time. Let me hear all of it. Oh my God. Where is all your front burner? Clive Nunez said yesterday you calling Clive Nunez. What's up, Clive Nunez? Go ahead, my brother.
Yes, listen. I want to ask Lumpkin if King Charles had visited Trinidad yesterday and all the roads was locked up, what he would have said. He would have said anything?
Boy.
When Princess Margaret come, we didn't have traffic jam all over. When the Queen came, when Haile Selassie, but the people want to transform the thing into a race. That is the problem. And who's saying that don't understand the power of that country called India. You understand? They have to understand those things. Lumpkin was not saying boo because it's King Charles. You understand? So I don't. They are. But Lumpkin is the man who take the 4%. PSA take the 4% up to now, and this government say they are moving into the direction of a 10%. Right? The president from India come here, them have nuclear. They have all that kind of thing. You're going to hear in Parliament today all what the memorandum of understanding is going to be between Trinidad and Tobago and India. Yeah? We have to understand those things. People also put the race thing, and say, but yes, if King Charles did come, who would have made king? And when you have a serious accident on the highway, just have traffic jam for miles. Not so? What is that? Okay? All right.
Right, you finished dealing with that day, which is shooting down to traffic jams. There is nothing simple accident, and it's all kind of traffic for hours, long miles. Rain, only sneeze, and a river overflow. Rain, traffic with rainfall.
Floods and people that sit down on the bonnet of the car.
Yes,
huh?
Yes.
And the car move no place.
Yes.
That is upset a hypocrisy. You understand? You're dealing with a country with nuclear power, right? Who are powerful in terms of medicine. Look at the ivermectin. It's from India. But people didn't have to go and take no injection. You understand? I get COVID and I use one tablet for 5 days. 5 days I use one tablet and COVID went. Right? Rowley said he get COVID 4 times and he get injection and everything. People, that kind of thing, we have to get away from that. That is why there is about the third world mentality. No. A little jam that they had there. What is that? By Indian. Right? A man say, if a Trinidadian go, you think India is... I mean, all this foolishness that people talk. That is why they remain so backward. That is why they take 10 years of pressure. No senior citizen who never get a cent increase over a 10-year period. And then they could have taken 87,000 and $1 million and all that. It comes just like yes, we have to understand that. We have to grow out of that. You understand? So that is the point. So I want Lumpkin to know if King Charles did come, whether he will open him out and say anything. Because he afraid white people. He is no good. Lumpkin is no good. And sooner or later, he will get voted out in that same tutor. He take the 4%. And I think when they offer the 1. What Lumpkin say? That TNTech gets 0, 0, 0. You understand? Andy?
Yes, I understand.
Yes, so that is what I was talking about. Lumpkin say anything when TNTech gets 0, 0, 0? Nothing. They are too hypocritical, right? Because deep down, they have Balizé down in their heart. And I hope people in this country, after the experience of 33 to get back the worst party and the worst government. That will be it. When I listen to Marvelous, whatever his name is, right? Good. When I listen to Faris Harari, they have to answer, and that is why the Attorney General tell them, all you have. Yes, the PTSD, 800 million cannot be accounted for. 47 million in parts that cannot work on the buses. We can't bring no shiny bus in Trinidad. One of the best buses, the double bus, the articulated, that came from Brazil and Brazil far. When you buy a bus from China, It's the slow boat from China. It takes nearly a year. It takes 6 months. It takes sometimes a year before those buses could be. The man who started these buses from China was a man in, you understand? And those Chinese buses are not good. I was on the board of the PTSD, and I know. We had the Marco Polo. 25 years, 30 years, and it's still on the road. So these are the things. Open up your eyes and understand. When Mandela come, and it's a traffic jam, what people say, when the soca warriors, it's a traffic jam, what are we saying? Why talk about those things? We must reflect on what our history has been, what it is, and understand that. Okay? All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh boy. All of the lines are open, eh? I'm gonna just take 2-3 more calls. Quick. Oh my God. There it is. Quickly, Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you.
Yes, indeed. A pleasant good morning to you as well, my friend. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Yes, indeed. Of course, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web. A pleasant good day to you. Well, I only have one real topic this morning, and of course, I'm very elated, very pleased, of course, to be part and parcel of history. This is a once in a lifetime experience where, of course, the Prime Minister of India will be in your midst, so to speak, in your country, having regard to the fact as to the landmass that he represents and the over a billion people that he represents, of course, in the largest democracy in the world. And then, of course, coming into this very, very small and minute, comparatively speaking, of course, piece of real estate called Trinidad and Tobago. And, of course, greeting and meeting with, of course, the political directorate that manages the affairs of the country at this time. Very fortunate indeed. All the stars have aligned. But I want to give once again, of course, my own appreciation for the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi here in Trinidad. Of course, today he will be addressing both houses of Parliament, as well as, of course, receiving from the president of the country's highest award, not the Trinity Cross. That is no longer the case, but it is the Order of Trinidad and Tobago. Something that we disclosed yesterday and informed the population that he normally gets wherever he goes across the globe. So it is not right, or it is misinformation at best for anyone to believe that he is undeserving of such. More so because he, of course, manages the third largest economy in the world, taking over from, of course, places like Japan and the United Kingdom, a former, of course, colonial master. So India has proven over the years to become a master in themselves, and of course have beaten their former colonial master into the position that they have now. I think they are about the 4th or 5th or so in the world in terms of economy. But that being as it may, what I want to address specifically, of course, is the response by Scotland, the parliamentary representative for Port of Spain South, when, of course, he responded to my press conference, so where we held calling on the Laventille people, Beatham, etc., not to be lured by the shenanigans, the verbal shenanigans and entreaties of the present PNM in its present configuration, led by, of course, Penelope Beckles. I said in no uncertain terms at that press conference, and I reiterate, mean it, and of course I will confirm it, that none of not one person in Laventille and these communities and East Port of Spain, etc., must be lured or be tempted to engage in any physical protest against the government towards instability, which of course is one of the issues that have in regard to the inflammatory language that is being used. When a man tell you that Al-Rawi, for example, says that in 12 months the government will succumb, when of course people are saying that they are concerned now about 10,000 persons, when in fact it's only 300 persons. So they are exaggerating and attempting to exacerbate. And of course, you never could tell where these language will reach or how people will receive it. And then talking about bread and butter issues that people have been deprived of, etc., when in fact the reality is totally different. And of course, I said so against the context of the history of the PNM. The PNM under when Robinson was around, they were in fact part and parcel of the attempt, because they were the major beneficiary as far as the attempted coup in 1990. And then, of course, we had the situation where more poignantly, when Rowley wanted to get into office, again, another PNM, what I consider to be stroke of
Remember,
evil.
I had to tell you, Lennox, people writing up there,
things like
they want to talk about Moody, they want to talk about no Lavanti. I just had to tell you as a co-host.
And of course, the Section 34, which were really, of course.
Hold on, callers, hold on.
You have a caller, if you have a caller,
Lennox want to talk about Lavanti. Give him the chance to talk about Lavanti. We know they want to talk about Moody. We know they want to talk about the traffic. I being straight, I don't want to hear about Lavanti, but we have to, because evidence we don't nip it in the butters, which is facts, as you always say. It will have repercussions if we don't deal with Lavanti.
Lavanti will be an active participant in those kinds of inflammatory language, and therefore, of course, his claim that I am an interloper. Interloper is an intruder. Well, I want to tell him I have no need to ride any bicycle to come to work in East Port of Spain. I don't have to have a coal pot to of course, roast any breadfruit. Total lies and deception. And indeed, I am here without, of course, any support from government, but on my own volition, and have, of course, made an intervention that he had all the opportunity to make an intervention. So therefore, his sudden love for the area and his constituents is false, fake, superfluous, and self-serving. And he must be exposed for that. And I am saying that I have no qualms, and I reiterate that Laventille and the East Port of Spain and the people thereof must not be lured by that kind of belligerence and bellicose language that we are seeing emanating from what I consider to be the nebulous and simplistic and deteriorated considerably opposition, just 13 seats in the 13th parliament of the country. 13, I understand, in playways
so
of blight.
So here it is. Say this, Trinidad and Tobago. At the end of the day, to you, the Laventille people, PNM does only love all here and show how grassroots and how black they are when they're in opposition. Understand? It's 10 years. I'm a black people that make millionaires. So right, so we can move on from that. The landline caller first. The landline caller, not the WhatsApp. Go ahead, the landline caller first. Cause WhatsApp free. Go ahead, landline.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Good blessed Friday morning. Calling from the Barakpur here. Gentlemen, you know when situations like this happen, with Modi visiting Trinidad and Tobago and things, and we hear the response of some of the citizens, it just goes to show and demonstrate how lower than third world country a part of our population does think, especially the ones who support the PNM, because they just can't think on their own. Them just have to think what PNM tell them to think, how PNM want them to think. Just a couple months ago, a corrupt businessman from India came to this country, and they wanted to give him about 18 acres of land in Trinidad and Tobago to build some kind of cricket academy, Jindal. And the same sort of people who complaining now didn't have no problem with that. They was taking out a site that was designated for PAN, was already started for the PAN people, whose majority is Trinidadians. Take that to give a Indian businessman to build some kind of cricket academy place, and they didn't have no issue with that. Now we come, a man just visiting this country, one of the greatest leaders in the 25th century, who only could benefit Trinidad and Tobago, but I'm seeing all the issues with it. Now, and to demonstrate how people is the way that they think and behave, what is devalue their own self-interest. Let me just take that area from Beetham to Lavantil, right? That is the closest area to the city of Port of Spain. That overlooking the port and the whole Gulf of Paria. That piece of real estate there should be priced as the highest real estate in Trinidad and Tobago. Compare, go down the road now to Glencoe, where this 1% them just had to go, you have to go through about 10 different security to go up on the hill by them there. And you can buy a square foot of land in Glencoe because it's about $1 million for a little quarter lot and more. You could go and buy out half a Lavantil for $1 because of the mentality. And the mentality of the people and the behavior.
Wait, hold on. No, we had to clear it with Mr. Lavantil itself. Remember, we had the Mayor Lavantil here, which is the co-host. Lennox Smith, my co-host. The gentleman say 1 little square foot is $1 million for Glencoe and up there, so with them 1%. He say you could just pay 10 cents about a whole 5-10 acres of land in Lavantil. Is that true, sir?
It's an exaggeration, but it is a good analogy to demonstrate the lack of value that real estate has in these places, because people would prefer to leave. People would not buy at all. So to some extent, he is correct, and to another extent, the value of the real estate there will certainly amount to that. People would prefer to live there and not live there, even if they were getting it for nothing. So, is the extent I am prepared to respond
Lennox
to
Smith,
that.
we had to let the man continue. But I find for a very educated man, you're a psychologist, you do criminology, partner. You're saying that what he say is true, but it's just he over-exaggerating. But look, you know what, mate, that even if people gain it free, they want it. So free is no value. So how you still want to give a value to something where people ain't want to take free?
I am giving several perspectives at the same time in terms of the example. So I said that while yes, in some instances, there are other instances where the answer would be no. For example, parts of Mova, you cannot make a distinction between buildings or homes that are in Westmoreland as opposed to there. And there are other parts, of course, where that will hold true.
So it has some big shot areas.
Apparent contradictory response.
So it has some big shot areas there in the Lavantil constituency. There it has some nice built-up big shot areas looking like with Westmoreland and thing.
Yes, you could give them competition. Yes.
All right. Go ahead, Barrow. So no, the value a little more, Barrow. The value a little more. Go ahead, Barrow.
Well, and I'm sure the area where Lennox talking about in Mova now, the people have a different thinking than the one them who the same Mova area where 10 cents for next acre day. You see? So what I'm trying to explain to you, Andy, is that value is not determined. Value is not determined by the place and the money you have in your pocket. It's determined by the thinking of the people. How you think as an individual. You could be a man picking up garbage side the road and go and marry the queen daughter, you know. If you value yourself with pride and dignity and honesty, you know. And a prince could go now and can get a vagrant to marry, you know. If he's a raper man, a pedophile or some kind of thing, you know. It's how you value yourself. And the thinking of the people who always allow PNM people to think, to make and think how they want them to think. That's why this country, when you see people, some of them leave Trinidad and Tobago, they get treated like dog all over the place. Because the mentality don't think and uplift them and bring them out from mental slavery. As long as they live, they still continue make. Let me tell you, man, Trinidad and Tobago, we don't manufacture nothing, right? We don't set prices for nothing in this country. We are buyers and we are price takers. So if oil price is $100, we have to accept that. If oil price is $1, we have to accept that. We can't go around no table and say, hey, hear what? I'm going to put a price on oil that we're selling for Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Same thing with manufacturing. We don't manufacture nothing in this country. We just buy from outside and bring and sell over in Trinidad and Tobago. So we don't have to, if sanction applied anyway, we have to accept that and pay the price. And it all goes back down to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who would have to suffer or gain from it. When a man like Modi comes to Trinidad and Tobago, India is one of the largest traders in the world. They just import and export the most of the goods to their country because they have over 1.4 billion people in that country. So, and they just pay in the US. They is one of the biggest importers of oil in the world. They just import from Russia, they just import from all over the world. So, when this man now could make one decision and empower us in this country to be prosperous, to benefit our economic growth. Let me say he decide, okay, he was 5 billion doubles every month coming to India and sign a paper, whether I throw it away or not, and you're getting $1 for $1 for our doubles coming up to India. That's $5 million we getting in trade right. And these idiots them can't understand that. They worried about spending a half an hour in traffic, where every day 2 hours from Freeport to Port of Spain in traffic, and they don't complain. You understand? So people have to wake up and understand. When you're dealing with geopolitics, we can't be thinking third world mentality, like where PNM are custom have all the thinking, and remaining dotish. That's why you could accept people telling all you are living in ghetto, boil ham in pitchel tin. You understand? That's why a man who representing all you could tell all you, hear what? Don't worry about the gas price that increase. Ride a bike, roast breadfruit, cut down your macaroni pie and put less cheese, and all you got clap and accept that. Them kind of dishness, all you got grow out of that. Understand when something is a benefit a country, it don't benefit the Indian Prime Minister, it benefit the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. Every one of us stands a benefit, especially the climate of the global geopolitics that is taking place right now. It is very, very unstable. Little islands like Trinidad and Tobago and thing have to do whatever they could do to survive. Otherwise, you'll die out like flowers and Haiti. All you have to understand that. But it could take a little while for you to understand that. Because all you still have influence like Stuart Young and Penelope Beckles and Marva Gonzalez and them idiot and them still have all the thinking dotish because they have all you always under mental slavery. Enjoy this the Friday, gentlemen, and have meet our doubles later.
Nice. Next caller. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the going report this morning?
Andy, you talking to me?
Yeah. Barbogon, your turn by Orlando.
No, I just called to only a few minutes to talk. Andy, I watched the whole program last night, and me and my wife, and what a speech. What a speech by Kamala, and then followed by Moody. What a speech. And I enjoyed it. I watched the whole program. I watched all the dancing. Everything was wonderful. And people don't understand. Traffic is an everyday thing in Trinidad. I was in Trinidad just a few weeks ago to spend 10 days. And traffic is every day, starting from the morning to the evening. No breaks, no time you get a break with traffic in Trinidad. So the people who complain about traffic, stop being an incomplete guys or people. It's an everyday thing. I want to listen to the man. And by the way, India is predicted in 2030 to be a $7 trillion economy. $7 trillion economy. We are not even a drop in the bucket with them. And when you have a man like Modi standing at the side of Kamala Prasad, and you know he's going to do everything in his power to help her build the country, because that's a lady from, one of the, what he said, from the soil of India, the forefathers. He know he's going to do everything to try to help her. Because from what I understand, I heard the computer, a lot of the computers was bought from India and it was really, really cheap and really good. So she's going to get the computers to them for the kids and them at a very reasonable price. And when them pay them, where are you going to get the money to buy a computer? Tell them we have people outside. We ain't going to buy it in Uganda or Uganda, whatever. They don't make computers. They go buy it from India. They're making the computers, everything. And we will pay less than 20 or 30 US, maybe less than 50 US for one. So tell them people who will be talking, they don't know what they said. And yes, the third largest economy was Japan, but I think India is taking them over. So it's America, China, and Japan. I mean, India. Japan probably fourth or fifth or whatever, and Germany. But, the program was nice. I'm off today. Today is the 4th of July in America, so I can get a chance to call you, But,
so we're going to do? We're going to do for the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to you and you. But we're going to do a course day on today. On that holiday day in America day today.
Yeah, today's a cookout day, man. Barbecue, hot dog, burgers, you name it. Today's a cookout day. Everybody, unless it's raining, fireworks galore this afternoon. We got a ton of fireworks we're going to set up tonight.
All right. But if Indian Prime Minister was coming to America and he touched down in Washington there to go and see Trump, would they block off the road and all where they have people, all them buildings and all by the flyover, all we walkovers? I see soldiers all in bush. I see binoculars. I say, but like it's World War coming. Well, would it have that if Moody was touching down in America?
When Moody came to Trinidad, came to America, not far back, and he had the yoga and the White House. He do the yoga, and they didn't block off the whole city, the whole town will be blocked off. And the man.
So these people in Trinidad and Tobago here complaining for nothing then. So you telling me the great America is a whole city that looking down when Moody touched down?
Boy, he went in the stadium in New York. There were 50,000 people there. People from far away of America fly down just to come and see the man, just to see who the man is. Already see them on TV. 50, 60,000 people in the stadium, nearly close to how much the stadium could hold in New York or in Texas. People is like the man does have a follow, like I don't know, man, like the Queen and the answer, and everybody following him or the Queen or whatever. The man is just attractive. That's the problem. He's very attractive, and he's very, very. Let's put it away. The number one, he's a caring man. He cares for people. He loves people. And that's what Kamala is saying to the people of Trinidad. Is he a caring man, just like she? She cares for the people. The man is going in 16 years in power. The man is his third term, and his term will be 6 years, I believe, in India. I'm not too sure if it's 5 or 6 years. Third term without anybody even going to scratch him. And the only way he's going to lose the election is when he's dead. And somebody the party go with. The man is just naturally good. I watch this man all the time on the Indian channel on my phone when I'm working. The man is a smart, intelligent man. That's why Kamala bring him there. I remember when she went to India, she get the highest award, People don't understand them. PNM politician, they know, but they play dotish, stupid, idiot, nincompoop. The woman get the highest award in India. That's why she will go to return the favor. If she could have given him the sky, she will give him the sky. Because she know she will go to get help to build country, to build our country back. Because I'll tell you something, the man is committed. If he committed to oil and rice, the man is committed. to help her build the country. So,
Right,
anyhow,
but
let's
did he
see.
talk about any?
Oh, by the
Did
way,
he talk?
I saw
Did he?
one-
Wait, before I go, did he talk about any gesture of help from India when it comes to our economy and all those things? They're saying he go help, he go help. But did he talk
Andy,
anything?
that is a sit-down meeting today. Lennox will tell you that they're going to sit down and they're going to sign stuff. You will probably see it on TV. I don't know when they're going to start.
Yeah, they are signing several memorandum of
Agreement.
understanding, and he has
Yes.
already, of course, invited the sixth generation diaspora to India, free of any traveling encumbrance, in order to, of course, and they can settle there. He has made the overture.
Wait, mean,
as well
meaning
as
you could go
business,
India without
etc.
getting a
Yes.
visa?
Yes.
You could go India without getting a visa?
That's right. That is what he said. He
So
will be
Trinidad and
putting that in-
Tobagonians, we just had a bad ticket and we could go India and we could live there too. So we
Yeah.
just had to
All
go
of that-
India,
all
buy a
that was
ticket, go
for the
India, and we
people
could live across there too.
in the speech. Yeah.
Wait, you gotta hear what I'm saying, you know. So we could, all right, we don't get a visa to go in just now. So we don't need no visa to go India. And when we go there, we could organize, settle, do business, even become residents or stay there without any kind of problems. That's what you're telling me?
Yes,
And
that
he
is
wants
what
you
he
to
he
speak
said
the
in his
language.
speech yesterday. Yes.
He said that. All right.
Yeah.
Andy, let me tell you one thing. You know one thing again, Andy. India's second language is English. Everybody in India could speak English. They learn it. They let them teach them English from small. Why? Because they can go any part of the world and live, do business, and anything. That's the beauty about India. In America, we don't teach the bloody children's kids no Spanish here. Nothing. Only English. In India, the second language, they have to learn English. Listen to all them little kids in India that speak English properly.
All right, but wait, hold. But then why he didn't talk? Why he talk Hindi with some thing that where people
Well,
saying
he
he should
have
have
to remember, Moody is 70-something years old, bro. He's not a young man. So, but he have to blend it well in Hindi so the people in India could understand too. All they do understand, but the older folks in India do not know English.
Oh,
And here the amount of dialect
wherever
that-
he talking in wait. So wherever he talking Hindi here in Trinidad, he talk the same thing in English so we to understand them.
He explained it, yes. And let me tell you something. Why he talk Hindi and the people clapping? Because there's a lot of people in the audience, they know Hindi. Yes, they know exactly what he's saying. He's not saying anything different. The only thing is the younger folks like me who don't know damn Hindi. And my grandmother or my mother or whoever, they could understand everything he's saying. But he say English, or you ever hear Spanish man talk and then he say a few
All
English
right,
and then-
but let me go with our next point now. And what I mean by the sixth generation Indian and the Indian Trinidadians up to the sixth generation. Is it for Trinidadians on the whole, or is it for Indian Trinidadians up to the sixth generation, or any Trinidadian can go?
He did mention specifically the diaspora, the Indian diaspora. So
Exactly. He met his Indian
so
people.
He is referring to, of course, the Indian diaspora.
Yes, he talk about his people, Andy, his forefather, great forefather, whoever permitted. You
Yes.
got to remember, 180 years ago, Indian left India to go to all over the world. But a lot of them came to Trinidad, so that's why we are so much. But they've been to all about. You know, Uganda, Idi Amin Dada country was run by Indians. Indians run the country. But until Uganda, Idi Amin take over. That's why I call the guy in New York, Idi Amin Dada. He took over the country. And he run out every Indian from the country, everyone. I worked with one of them in Trinidad. He
All
came to
right.
Trinidad.
No, I just want to make it clear because you have to go now. I just wanted to make clear that so that invitation is only for the Indian people then. Because again, I taking it out, Trinidadians will take it.
Well,
remember we had to take it out, Trinidadians will take it.
I mean, let's face it.
So it's only for the Indian race of people in Trinidad could go then.
When the Ghanaian former president was
in the
here,
whole.
he did make a similar overtures to the African diaspora.
All right. All you remember, just now. Remember, my work is to make sure that I understand what they're saying. So in that way, I'll be able to, because I could be wrong with how I taking it. So my work with you all talking is to make sure the other people out there, the grassroots out there, understand and don't take it, especially PNM people, and take it the wrong way. So again, is that invitation for the Indian Trinidad and Tobagonians alone, or is it for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, whether Indian or African?
I need the citizens. Listen to me. Yesterday,
All right.
morning.
That's all we want to know, just for the citizens, because we don't want to go into too much. So all that is so all. So whether you're Indian, whether you're African, whether you're Douglas like me, it's so all citizens. Whether you're here turn up like Lennox Smith on, he and all could go there. He just had a pony dashiki. That is dashiki, or it's called it? Sorry? Lennox, where is called the clothes?
Sorry. I know the Indian version is a different name, but
you, I never
sorry
see you in a sari. You're a racial person. I feel no Lennox Smith. I feel you's a racial person from Laventino Lennox. In all these years, me and you working together, Lennox Smith, Trinidad and Tobago, I never see this man with dress up in no Indian clothes. Why Lennox Smith never wear a sari? This is a dangerous fella. I watching him and all here. People really tell me he's a PNM on the law, you know.
Well, sari is supposed to be female first and foremost. There's a different name for
so
the
then where you tell me earlier
male version of the way. Yeah,
right,
but
where's the male
you
version?
You will also have to confess that you have never seen me in a dashiki either.
That's true. All right. All right, Lennox Smith, you're getting away, you know. But the people seeing you through you, you know. You get ready, so he not racial.
Yes, well, you see, I'm able to make them see through your argument. What you're trying to infer does not occur. The national dress accepted culturally is what I am wearing now and what you wear on a daily basis.
Oh, God, we're bringing me in that. But people see me in my Indian clothes. They see me in Indian clothes. And they see me in African clothes. You see you that dangerous. Let me go to the lines. I tell all that I would shy to do me. I will not say. Let me take some calls all here. Yeah. You trying to say look at why I win, but I want to talk. That we doing there all here. Let me go to the lines, yes? Yes, sir. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where are you calling from? And what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning to the magnificent tree. San Grande calling, boy.
Good morning.
Well, boy, I am Marvin Gonzalez say how the visit at the Indian Prime Minister is coinciding with the firing at the massive, the CPEC workers and thing, you know? So, boy, I just had to laugh, yes. And one thing I will say, you see, the media were PNM, so, you know. Like the people who going to meet them in the media, like they are no sense, or they want to promote this PNM. Marvin Gonzalez and them suffering from saying they lose that election. And they're trying to find ways and means to understand why they should lose that election. Foster Commons, the mayor, Ala Hokeka, can't even understand why he lose when he was telling them, ready to cause. And he still lost after he tell himself he doing so much for La Hoketa Talparo. And all that thing have a kind of nightmare on them that they can't understand if they're sleeping one side on the bed, on the end of the bed, the head of the bed, or the tail of the bed. These people living in a kind of limbo kind of situation. And Kamala just there smiling and laughing and doing what she had to do for the citizens of this country, right? I praise her and I accept whatever she do because I believe this is a God-sent thing. In my heart, I know God intervened because what these ministers bringing out, what these PNM people do, it's unbelievable. And the people in CPEC, oh gosh, I'm sorry for these people. Like they really have no sense, boy. Like people who working in them kind of institution, like they clean outside. Maybe when Kamala put them in a better paying job, they will understand what life really is about. Because this little money that you're talking about, you have to buy school book and you have to eat from it. Oh God, boy. Me, I want to be like that. Sorry about CPEC workers, boy. I'm sorry for them. I know why they introduce something to do people this kind of thing. This thing is a criminal act. It's a criminal act to put people under this kind of pressure and make the brain think that you're helping them when you're just eating out and food from them and you're doing nothing for them. Anybody who works in CBEC will never have something. They will go down in life suffering. That's why Kamala had to take them out of sleeping and put them in a good paying jobs, Andy, Mr. Lennox, where they could gain something in life. Otherwise, they will stay in that doldrum forever. I love what Barapo said this morning. We love Moody because all in Trinidad and Tobago belongs to us, African and Indian. We the ancestors, right? We the offspring from these people. And we have to live here because God put it so, and we will live here and make sure the devil come out of Trinidad, which is the PNM. PNM is pure evil. Penny Beckle, you is idol hymns. You're changing, boy. You just like Rowley. I thought you that do different as a woman. But lady, if you continue wrong that path, you're going to meet it just like Rowley. That is my contribution this one. Good day, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, thank you very much. Hey, let me organize. Yeah, people say, boy, this program just make them laugh. Yes, they say, Andy, sorry, so woman. I see some people saying curty, spelling it curty. Some people spelling it dirty. Dirty is a man, or curty is a man, or wherever go. But then David Sammy G. Jr. saying, imagine Lennox Smith in a sari and dancing by Pagos. Yes, and Lennox Smith in a sari dancing by Pagos on a Friday today. Friday, all yes. Came a sari to dance by Pagos this evening. Day. Make sure you put the dot in the middle of your head there too. Make sure you know the other put the thing in the middle of the head there. And let him just bang, 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 bang. You know how it is go. Yes. And make sure it has some tassa there. Yeah. Wells. All right, I can't think no more. Let me go back to the lines here, man. So let me correct it here. All right, sorry to the woman and them. And Curti or Doughty to the men and them. And only other ask Lennox Smith if he go Pagos later. And with a sari. And do we dance? Or they go vibes him down there. And make sure they send back videos online. So the talk will be Lennox Smith and no Moody again. The dancing Lennox Smith with a sari and a ticker in the middle of the forehead. Dancing to Tassa and all I know with the man this break dance. Oh God, all I know going on there. Man, the whole show on George Street they gone. Watch me, them buildings and them here ain't shots. You only hear people with the more bowling, bang, bang, bang. No more bullets going and fly up there at all. Because Lennox and Asari. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, Andy, Felix. Andy, I went to Hindu school, and in those days, they used to teach Hindi. I don't know if they're still teaching it in Hindu school today. But what you're talking earlier on, Lennox can wear a sari because he have mustache and he have beard and he have private parts different from a woman. Sari is for women and dhoti is for men. Right?
All right.
And the thing what the pundit and them I think they call it capra. Right?
Oh, capra.
That sound like it. Yes. The dhoti and capra. Yeah.
Capra, well, all right. Only buy a capra and make sure Lennox Smith thing. And only African, only PNM, real African, only when PNM out of power. Only in opposition, only is the best at African. Make sure they buy a African gong for Lennox Smith too now. So in that way, he won't be in this Englishman clothes every day. This kind of Englishman thing is only jacket and tie. The man name is Lennox Smith, a slave name. And this man only in jacket and tie every day. And not I is a man wear me dhoti. I wear me African wear. And I wear my little Malay English thing. But Lennox never wear none of the two. He just admitted to all here. Why? Why the under hidden agenda that he older than me and he never take part in none of the cultures? No emancipation, no Indian arrival, no dhoti. Eh? Oh, no African.
No, I want to correct you here, my friend. I have taken part in all of them. Because I do not wear the traditional garb, it does not mean that my heart is not there. I may wear a different garb, but you know what it is said about religious, let's say, adherence. Render your heart, but not your garment.
Right, Oli, look, I catch him now. I know that I catch him. Lennox Smith, but I see you, and I have videos of you, and Shouters Baptist holiday, wearing Baptist clothes. What to say about that?
Nothing. That is my religion, and at the same time, my choice.
All right. So you only can wear Shouter Baptist clothes. All right. Let me go to the
because I am a practicing Shouter Baptist.
All right. All right, Olia. Let me take the calls. Morning, caller.
Morning again, Andy. Andy.
Yeah, hold on, next caller. Yeah? Next caller, hold on there after Barapo. Go ahead, Barapo.
It have a culture people in India. Male is dressed as women. They call them the third gender. They call hijras. Hijras. So, Lennox would put on his sari and it had no problem. They have a acceptance of that. You know, like how they had the transgender in Trinidad. In India, they have a big Hindu celebration where they just dress up as women and things. That is people who just want a jari and all them kind of thing. They call them hijras. So Lennox would come through it as be a hijras in Lavante up there when he dancing and things. That is no problem.
All right, Lennox, you're going to wear hijras. That is nothing, right? You're going to wear the hijras, Barapo say, right? That is accepted, That's the third generation Indian, but it's like a kind of woman clothes now. But the name hijras, that is accepted. Barapo is to say that not the pit bull. Go ahead, next caller.
Yeah, morning. I always listen to all you. Kiana, calling from San Rafael. You hearing me?
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Caller. All right, I hear you talking about clothes. The men does wear kurta. Mark down these words. Kurta and dhoti. The woman does wear sari or shalwar.
Nice.
Great, thank you.
Right, okay, hold on. The general term for clothes is kapra, whether male or female. The plural of that is kapre. So if you have more than one people standing up and they have different clothes, you say kapre.
Wow, how you song like a pundit so?
Yes, I am one.
All right, so you understand what Moody was talking there in Hindi there then?
No, I didn't hear his speech. Sorry, because I was doing something. I wasn't at home at the time.
But you just talk Hindi?
Yes, some, yeah.
Some. All right, tell the ground report people, all the people that are locked on this morning in Hindi, tell them, lock on to the ground report here on Gael and continue to lock on, and thanks for choosing this program to be their morning program. Tell me that, say it in Hindi, let me hear.
Okay, ground report और घायल टीवी देख रहा है. That means looking at the ground report on Gael and Oli on the ground report.
All right.
Take means to see.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Pundit. Pundit, what? Just give me a surname at least now.
Call me Smiley.
Oh, Pundit Smiley?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for calling the ground report, Pundit. Oh boy, I tell you, we have plenty pundits locked onto the program, and plenty imams too, Imam Kazim will be there listening there too, Let me continue them calls there. Next one. Morning caller, where are you calling from?
This is Granny. Good morning. Oh gosh, long time I get to this program. But I call TCN Heavy program, and I send a message for you by the fella on Real TV. I forget his name right now.
Oh, TC and Effie?
Eh?
Oh, TC and Effie them?
On the real TV, I sent it with the August man, the Creole friend from Paisa thing.
All right. But you go ahead, Granny. What's your contribution this morning here?
Yes. I called this morning to tell all the boys, long time I get to boy, I'm grieving to hear all the boys, and I want to say God bless Lennox Smith, God bless you, God bless Mickie for this great job all you're doing. Granny at theater still living, and I did it all of I just didn't get through. I want to talk a little bit about Moody. Narendra Modi don't have no race thing in him. And in India, anybody can go in India, they will be welcome. Brian Lara was welcomed by Moody in his home. And when he comes to Trinidad, he highly talked yesterday about Brian Lara. There is 2 young people from Tanzania. I don't know if you know about it. A brother and a sister. Now, they danced a few of the Hindi songs, and they sang a few of the Hindi songs already sung by the movie stars. And Narendra Modi only looked at that on Facebook. And when he looked at that, he sent a plane for them in Tanzania. It's all part of the world on YouTube. And he gave them India's highest award for singing and dancing simple. They had only called simple, you know. And he gave them India's highest award for appreciating the Hindi language song, right? So you don't have. Why is it, people want to know, why is it Moody getting the highest award for Trinidad and Tobago? Plenty of them talk, so I listen them. But the reason why, when it had the COVID, people forget. When we say here begging for vaccine, Canada begging, Barbados beg, Guyana beg, and the first country in the world to make vaccine was India. The first country in the world to get was Africa. And I must praise and thank the African government for being so grateful and so loving to Moody. Then these talk show hosts, a few of them here in Trinidad, and he had sent thousands of vaccine here to Trinidad through camera. I think all you can remember that. Barbados had sent India vaccine here. Guyana had sent India vaccine here. And Rowley remained waiting for the African vaccine. And then the Chinese free vaccine for people to get sick here. I think you all can remember that. So anybody is welcome in India anytime. And what Moody showing the world from a young fella selling tea by the roadside, washing the neighbor's dishes, that people can talk about, look at he. Yeah, Sarah, mother there and washing dishes. And look at him selling tea by the roadside to his father after. Watch him today. Moody ready to help the whole world. The whole world, he's a helping man, a loving man. He's like all you. And he's like Kama. Yeah.
Well, all right.
I must be thankful to all the boys. I thankful. It's our Indian and African son. It's our love. It's our unity. It's our help. We have a fella like that in Trinidad, you know, started. I don't know if all you know. They call him Raven Tilak Singh. He had the thing they call Sewa TNT.
All right.
It have all kind of people in that group, son. It have African, it have Muslim, it have all kind that they send containers away, all part of the world.
Thank you very much, Mommy. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. Only one call per person. Let me clear the lines. We got to clear the lines. We got to take some calls today. Morning.
Andy. Morning, Andy.
Good morning to you.
Last night on Real TV, Jojo said you had contract with UNC. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I had CPAP contract when UNC was in power back then. And what happened? She could say what she want. I'd say that, but Lennox Smith and all say that. But you could say yes, Sandy had a CPAP contract back then, 10 years ago when UNC was in power. But yeah, let me continue.
And you was a victim of what they are accusing others of today?
Yeah, when PNM come in power, I lost my contract.
Beautiful. I mean, that speaks for itself. That is first-hand experience. Experience is the best teacher.
Right.
So what Scotland and they are touting, and they have accepted that is par for the course, you know. Penelope Beckers did in fact say that is normal, but yet still they're pursuing a course of action, and the only objective, the only agenda they have really is to try to generate discord and hope that for selfish political reason, they could, of course, regain some kind of political currency, a currency that has no damn value.
Exactly. Oh, boy. Morning caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Morning, Andy. Ken, Florida.
Hey, Florida. Ken Posado. What's up?
Yes, so I ain't home, but we have in Tennessee.
But I say that drive all over the place today, too.
No, I working, man. Ain't that a holiday for me?
You working
today?
Working.
Yeah, man. You know time for me, right? I work round the clock. We don't have holiday. Not me. Yeah, man. Andy, morning, everybody, Trinidad and Tobago.
Sir.
Andy, we're calling the man. The man, calling him sorry, but he's dirty, boy. You know?
Yeah, but you correct me, Lennox, correct me.
You correct me. Yeah, we're telling man sorry, I kill myself and laugh now.
Yeah.
Like,
but you ain't find you're going to be real nice today. That's where we paying a box to the front outside there by Pagos later. Because remember your birthday was last week. You get to enjoy your birthday last week Friday. It's last week Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Celebrate with the sorry.
So
and the Oni and thing. You put the Oni and the sorry. And stick on a thing in the air, in the nose. Don't forget that. You know? And you got good to go.
Like in the category of Gonzalez and Amy Brown and them or what? And then I'll be called a transvestine. Somebody who wears the opposite sex's garments.
Oh boy, let me continue those calls all here. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Morning, Andy. I'm calling from New York. I've been listening to you ever since. This is your friend Timothy.
Hey, Timothy, go ahead, my brother.
But I'm trying to understand how come Penny and I want to pick up for the CPAP workers who, as far as I'm concerned, didn't get dismissed from the job. Just putting things in place to fix everything. But when Petrochin was shut down with so many thousands of workers, they didn't get up and stand up and say that is wrong. Petrochin was a net foreign currency earner. And they ain't do nothing about it. They just let it shut down and go just so. And nobody ain't stand up. But they stand up for CPAP workers who just going out by the road and stand by the road. Very few of them will be working because I come to Trinidad and I pass through Bridgewater about 69,000 times and I see the same set of people around the same corner doing the same thing, which is nothing. You understand what I'm saying? That's the opinion I'm have to look into. The people are going to restructure the CPAP contractors and them. They're going to do something different. And the magic wand that they want Kamala to wave and make everything correct. He came in Trinidad yesterday. He arrived yesterday. All right? Have a great one, brothers.
Thank you very much.
And Penny and Scotland, they had another approach they could have taken, but choose not to, and that is to ask them to wait and see. The minister has spoken, and you wait and see, have some patience. But instead, already I think somebody has sent a pre-action protocol letter to, I think, the Minister of Public Utilities, who is responsible, or who made the statements, or I think to the CPAP board, whichever. Of course, the minister has said that the CPAP board will be instituted either at the end of this week or early next week. again, consistent with the time frame that one expects for the reissuing of invitation to become a contractor.
Nice.
But they are pursuing that course of action. That clearly the only agenda, the mortar in that the pestle in that pot is really to get political attraction, and that is where we must be discerning, and we must ridicule them for that kind of exploitation of the poor and vulnerable in this country.
Nice. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Goring Report this morning?
A pleasant good morning to the Ground Report. Andy, Lennox, Mickie K. God blessings. I'm from Grandy, and my contribution is I am proud and happy to see Modi, the Prime Minister of India, Modi, in our country. And I'm not seeing race there, because this man, he come here with all the love in him, and he come to unite with our Prime Minister, Kamala, to put things right in our country where he could help us. Another thing too, the Lavanti thing, with how Lavanti has reached today. Rowley mash up Lavanti so the 1% could get Lavanti, because the 1% wanted the situation with the situation they wanted for themselves. And years ago, when with URP, when the Westmoreland people realized, when they go beat them, they see the beat them people having fridge and stove and washing machine, they was mad about that. They didn't want that. But when Rowley came in, he opened the door for them. So that now, as a Lavanti person, when you go in the bank to get a loan to do something to your house, you don't get it. They say it's not written, but it is said. They do not give you loans. So they set up to mash up Lavanti so that the 1% can get the land, get the place, because a lot of people vacant in Lavanti. You know? And
go ahead.
Yeah, this is what is going on there. And a next thing too, as a spiritual person, and you get in depth in spirituality, you'll find yourself talking Hindi, talking Chinese, talking African. So we all one. We all one. When you reach the spiritual realm, sometimes you meet somebody, and when you look at them, there's a Negro, but the spirit is seen on them as an Indian. And this is how it is. We are all one.
All right.
One family. And this is my contribution. God bless it. Thank you. God bless.
Nice. Before I say morning to my co-host, Mighty the Mighty K, let me just do something here quick again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Problems in Trinidad, man. Boom. Right. Nice.
I wonder if anybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Never tell me. If anybody in Trinidad, even Kamala, watch this. You see Trinidad as one to that cacao. I'm a from India. And what three cousins in this country?
Now that's it.
I wonder if anybody from Trinidad could go in India and make this happen. Never tell me. If anybody in Trinidad, even Kamala, watch this. You see Trinidad as one to that cacao. I'm a from India. And what three cousins in this country?
Now that's the thinking of the average citizen here in Trinidad and Tobago, because they got inconvenienced in traffic because a prime minister of a very well-established country such as India came to Trinidad and Tobago. Now let's do the proportions. Narendra Modi represents over billions of persons, while here in Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister represents just about 1.4, 1.5 million. So obviously, with Narendra Modi coming to Trinidad and Tobago, as stated by the Office of the Prime Minister, there would have been some traffic restrictions and there would have been some traffic congestions. If you went out on the road today, clearly you didn't take heed. So who you blaming for the traffic backup? Now, this is not something new, because in the United States, when the president is traveling, he travels with a contingency of police officers, and he also travels with a contingency of staff. police officers also shut down streets, and the Secret Service shut down streets not only in New York. When we saw the whole case brought up with President Donald Trump, and almost several streets in New York were shut down near courts and also highways and stuff like that. But it happens in places like Russia and several other countries across the world. It is not something new to Trinidad and Tobago. But once more, that is our third world thinking. Us here in this country, on this island, we have a third world mentality, and this is why we cannot get anything new and we cannot get any sort of betterment in this country. Because one little traffic congestion on the nation's roadway, because the Prime Minister of India is coming to Trinidad and Tobago and is here in Trinidad and Tobago, only complaining.
Nice. Let me say a pleasant good morning to my co-host, Mickie the Mighty K. A pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
A pleasant good morning to you, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams. Good morning to the political leader of Love, Lennox Smith, our technical director, as well as our CARICOM brothers and sisters that are locked on the Guile, the channel, and of course, wherever you are locked on, North America, the UK, good morning. Good morning, Grenada, Guyana, and of course, the sister Isle, Tobago. Good morning, TNT. And Lennox, you were so correct. I mean, the CPEP thing was a matter of just wait and see. But then again, there are those who will always try to create mischief and try to gain political mileage as best as they can, especially when they have nothing to offer. So you're correct. I mean, this is something that I'm quite certain is going to blow over. You are muted, by the way. If you want to make a contribution, you have to unmute. Go ahead, Lennox.
And I had out of an abundance of caution, and as a responsible leader, cautioned the gullible in Laventille, because they are going to be the ones, because of their proximity in terms of where they live, to Port of Spain. So if they want to generate ruction and so on, we saw that on the Rowley, where of course a storm in a teacup, whether it be Rishmi, whether it be Section 34, and then of course the fake emails that cause Rowley to have some kind of leverage, and of course these people rush down. We have heard, of course, Hines in a protest around and on Rising Road some time ago, talk about he wish was 100,000 and he encouraged them, etc., etc. So out of that experience, I noticed, of course, Scotland has responded, suggesting that I'm preemptive and so on, and that is not what I'm calling me a interloper. But of course, he is the man that is persona non grata here. He doesn't live here. He doesn't know, of course, the dynamics on a nightly basis here. He comes here and work and go, and of course, whether he wants to travel. Huh?
Hold on, he made a statement to you.
Yes, he did.
Directed towards you. He did.
I have, the press conference that we had the day before. Let me see. I didn't underline it, but I'm sure I can get it. It's on page 8 of yesterday's Newsday, when he talked about. I'm paraphrasing here, of course, that I'm in interloper, meaning that I am an intruder. And of course, I consider myself an interlocutor, one who is talking on behalf of, as opposed to the interlocutor that he seemed to be very constant with when people are pursuing their rights to, of course, speak and to identify their shenanigans and identify them for who they are. So I'll get it a little later, and I'll read a little part of it for you. I'm not getting it because a very long article that was recorded in the Newsday. It says, of course, Love political leader urges Laventille residents don't protest over CPEP. Let me repeat: don't protest over CPEP. And then, of course, it went on to talk about the Laventille leader who Lennox Smith has warned supporters and the residents in Laventille. The People's National Movement is attempting to destabilize the government by fueling anger and protest. Yes.
Good. Right. Andy, who do you have? What's going on your side there, Andy? Are you taking some calls or you voice notes? Let us know, please. Good.
He's on there?
Yeah, you
Yes,
should
yes,
be.
but I leave you all talking
Yes.
there to go to use the bathroom to come back, man. You all can go ahead and
Oh,
talk by the
okay,
meanwhile.
well, I no
If you all
problem.
watch
Let
the
me-
screen there, you all will
I
see.
got that response, Mikey. In response to Smith's remarks, MP for Port of Spain South, Keith Scotland, said he was surprised by what he described as Smith's interloping in matters that did not concern him. Interloping seems to be the order of the day. Scotland said it's a person. If a person is aggrieved, one day employed, the next day unemployed, at a time when C results are coming out, children are entering new schools, books and supplies are needed, and there are concerns about their daily sustenance. The conversation should be about a way forward. So the way forward for him is to generate this discord, generate inflammatory language, so that the people can express themselves and disrupt the country. That is his approach from the language that they would have used. And then, of course, he said regarding food cards, because he did mention the fact that we have set up an employment. He mentioned that part, an employment and resource facility that includes, of course, the provision of food cards, etc. He says regarding food cards, he said he was thunderstruck by Smith's comment. Do they want people to beg, to grovel? That will not happen in Port of Spain South. He added. Scotland said he met with the 10 contractors from his constituency on July 2nd at his Finland Street office in St. James and described the meeting as productive. I mean,
Wow.
come on. He sound like Rowley Day. When they send hampers for him, a traditional thing for Christmas time, he say, send it back. And just as when they were sending free vaccines from the same in India, he say that we cannot be prescribed, or we cannot it will be below our dignity if we accept handouts and gifts. That's the kind of nonsense these fellas
That's how PNM is, partner.
etc. He fails to talk about the employment part, and of course focuses on the food card, but says that seen it as a step down. Well, I want to say, and as I said in that particular exercise 2 days ago, I said that why is the grass is growing, the horse is starving, and therefore you must find a bridging gap. And the bridging gap clearly is the provision of these items while people wait for a better day and, of course, a more sustainable means of livelihood. And I have no excuse, and I have no apology to anyone on that score.
Nice. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning to the ground report family. Mr. Andy, good morning.
Morning.
What really happened is, it says 3 months now we're not getting insulin, boy. We're not getting that, and we can't afford this $240 for it. Some place selling it, right? And the people who have CDAP, they said they can't sell it because it have CDAP, right? No, and no for CDAP, they said it's some months now they're getting insulin, right? And the next thing is this, that the people who bring in the Port Authority, the boat and them is not, I don't know what really going on, but right now, a friend of mine said he ordered something from Grenada, and it's in the port, and up to now he cannot get it. He said, so he don't know what really going on. Let's start back with going slow. I don't know what it is going on. I don't know if I could do some investigation to help us out, because right now the poor class of people is suffering. We're suffering, right? I don't know why the government still happy and then people still supporting them, because like they're victimizing the people and them, because all the time we was getting through everything good. And as election time come and Ms. Pamela win, everything started go off key. I don't know why is it she still having PNM people still there. Because right now people suffering.
So they ain't change the port board yet?
No, they start with the same nonsense again. The man said, oh, it's going in some months now. We have it there. He said, oh, you don't know when he goes to if it's spoiled, what you going to do, because you have nobody to pay him back.
Now, well, that PNM people victimizing the government. Yeah. Because it was working good all the time.
Yes. And just so he said, oh, they can't get the goods. And right now he said, oh, you don't know when you get goods if it's spoiled.
Well, right.
Right now we used to get insulin. Now we started, well, before Rowley come out, we get the ingredients was expired. No, they have none.
Oh God, so it was expired insulin, now we have no insulin. But here we go do.
Have none.
Here we go do. My co-host is very ukura with the health minister, a very hard-working man. And my co-host Mickie will just try to find out, and Monday he will just make an announcement to you all based on the setup, and you all who looking for the insulin, and it are none, and insulin expensive. How much insulin out there? When only buy it, how much are they pay for it out there?
$240.
Oh God, that will look up. And how much are they get a day? One a day?
Well, to back it up, we had to get 3 insulin, because we just had to get 50 in the morning and 30 in the evening. So it's three vials we had to get. So that gonna be $750.
Oh, cool.
And the little money that we getting not even enough. So right now we're suffering.
All right.
Right now I just go and buy outside a imam to help me.
To buy insulin?
He tell me he go try. Yeah, because he tell me they have none, so he call around in Sawadai, New Jerusalem, and they said they didn't have no CDAP. So he said he got sponsor me the medication. But what about for next month?
All right, but if you ain't get insulin, if you don't get the insulin, what will happen to you?
Well, if you don't have insulin, that means you're going to end up in problems.
Yeah, but what will happen? Will it go to death? Would you end up dead or something if you don't get insulin, if you don't get the insulin?
Well, if you go too high, you're going to end up hospital.
All right.
Because remember that that insulin is a control you diabetic.
All right. Mickie, go check into it for you, right?
The blood sugar, yes, the blood sugar, and you could get comatose. You could get.
All right, go on, right, ma'am?
Okay, then, thanks, Andy.
All right. Mickie, go check into that for you. Go just ask a question on that day for you all. So let's have an idea with this insulin thing and however that thing is goody. Hey, Mickie, from the right. Well, I know earlier when I didn't get to hear you, well, I'll show you made your contribution with you. The lines are open. I hear you, boy. All right, let me play. Yes, I hear you now.
Open the lines.
Nice.
Mr. Andy, good morning. This is Antoinette here. Please, Mr. Andy, could you alter the date to each everyday program? Because it's so hard. It had to be to check to see which one is the correct program for the day.
All right.
So if you put the date, it will make it much easier for us, right? Because all the different programs are showing up and you could never show which one is the correct one. Please.
All right.
Good morning. Lennox, Mickie, everybody, good morning. You know, just for one day, for a couple hours, we have somebody, a dignitary, coming here to our country. We should be proud. Right? This gentleman went to different countries, and I'm sure they never passed the mark like here. According to that guy Welch, he has the third world mentality for these people. And it's a racial thing. That's racial. When the police stopping the traffic for nothing and just causing a congestion, I wonder if that stupid man will figure out, oh God, the traffic block up and we can't go, and cause scambler. These people are so ignorant and illiterate. Have a blessed day.
All right, thank you. Let's continue there quick. We're playing out some voice notes. By the time we await your calls, we'll wait your calls. We're playing out those voice notes and them there quickly.
Good morning, Trinbago. Good morning, Ground Report. Right, I was watching. Well, I didn't see all those things that went on social media. That it has been drawn to my attention since you brought it up. The kind of attitude that people was getting on with just because is the Indian Prime Minister, right? I kind of shocked. I shouldn't be, but I'm kind of shocked that Trini going that way. That there are a lot of Trinidadians still going that way and still talking that type of nonsense. But I was making a joke with a work colleague of mine just the other day, and I was telling her, I said I believe that I finally found one thing that God and the devil have in common. And she asked, what is that? I say, both of them are not racist. They only concern about your soul. You know? I told her God and the devil are racist, you know. That is one thing they have in common. The only thing that two of them concern about is your soul. Both of them want your soul. And we too as human beings have to evolve to that level too. As Martin Luther King say, we judge by content of by content of character and not skin color. Right? You judge a man by his soul, by his character, not by skin color. And Africans, it have to be PNM people getting on so. It have to be PNMites getting on like that. You understand? But it's time to evolve beyond that, man. This race thing has done nothing for us, especially as African people. It has done nothing for us, right? It's time to change. Time to stop that stupidness.
Nice. Time to change. Time to stop that stubbornness. Right, and just to make it clear for some of those people that talking about the dates, look, I'm putting it up on the screen there. This is all the evidence. Again, so I don't know. You all have to check proper. Watch it. All you see in there? All right. What's today's dates? This is what on the stream. The Ground Report on Real Media TT. Today is what? Friday the 4th of July, 2025. The Ground Report with Andy Williams, Mickie K, and Lennox Smith. Looks there. And then you just have to press again. Look, I'm going to do it. Update, which it already was like that, and updated. Bam. And it gets updated. Okay? So, come on. The dates are there. It's just you all not getting to it, right? But the dates are there. Right, let's continue those voice notes and them there. Oh boy. Oh boy. People ringing. Let me take the call. Morning caller, where you calling from? Make it short and sweet than all here. It have a lot of voice notes to play and a lot of people want to make their contribution. So again, everybody, a minute and a half. Just for today. Go ahead.
The reason why it is that the government and thing not making this country a first world country is because the people itself not mentally prepared for that kind of life yet. You understand? All right, traffic get there is a big traffic and thing for the minister to pass. That is what they're supposed to do. That is protocol. We get so lawless in this country, right? That when it's time to do the right thing, all you're making a scene, you're looking wrong, all you're lawless and worthless in this country.
All right. The very lawless and very worthless. All right. Next caller, morning caller, make it short and sweet. Where you calling from? What's your contribution?
No, Andy, I sent a voice note, pleasant morning. I sent a voice note and I would like you to play it, please.
Well, yeah, and call it now, so go just leave the voice note. Go ahead, my brother, you're done there.
All right. Trinidad and Tobago, pleasant good morning. Yeah, we have to understand what's taking place in real. Let me be real, Trinidad and Tobago, right? All you do not make Mr. Alwari, who was getting the most free money out of all that government thing with Rowley and them. Alwari was getting rent on top of rent. That was taxpayers' money Alwari was getting. Trinidad and Tobago are worried, and Mr. Gonzalez and them only trying to make a bacchanal to make a face for themselves. Let us don't bring them into that. The black man government was in power for all them years, 10 years. What did they do for the black man? All they don't let us bring race into this. Right now, we have modern technology. All they hearing in the parliament, what it is taking place. All they hearing how these people loot out, plunder out the money, the treasury. All they understanding what taking place, people. No, the Honorable Prime Minister, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, she take it upon herself because she have head as intelligence she using, right? She invite the gentleman into Trinidad and Tobago, right? These people, come on, and I say this on the voice note, but you say I wouldn't play it, but I would like you to still play that voice note.
No, go ahead, you done one, go ahead. You don't know.
Don't let them use us now. Trinidad and Tobago, don't let them use us now. Lavanti, Beecham, all you understand the ethics and the politics now. All you are being used. These people fall in the pocket and going, and when they're gone, all they are being used. Let us don't be fooled now, Trinidad and Tobago. When Miss Kamala was in power from 2010 to 2015, what did she do to this country? All they see the governance that this woman they produced to this country until when Dr. Rowley and them beat man and tap him out about his ear out. Dr. Rowley and them said to spread a woman throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So and so the thief. And they come and they give him power. That is how he get power in 2020. He thieved the election because we was calling for election observers and they didn't bring up election observers. So they steal the election all them years. He in bed with Maduro. Maduro is a drug trafficker. America put out a reward on his head. We know all that. All they, come on, Trinidad and Tobago, please, all they understand and give the people a chance to run the country. All they getting a month's salary. All they getting a fortnight each salary. Come on, brothers. What they want better than that? Let me give the people a chance to run the country, please, now. And they said I raise thing because under the UNC, the country is always run better. Under Pandey, the country run good. Under Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, the country run good. So how PNM and UNC could be same when Mr. Pandey was 1 5-term and Ms. Kamala was 1 5-term and she now get a second term. So where the logic in that all of them is the same? Eh? And under she we get everything. So come on, Trinidad and Tobago, that is what I have to say this morning. Let me do the right thing and listen and stop that race thing.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mickie. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to everybody on the song here on the line. Andy, you understand? One of the big issues that why the opposition, the current opposition, getting on the way they getting on. Let me tell you something, eh? Could you imagine $33 billion unaccounted for, you know? Unaccounted for, you know? Just imagine that. Here is the question. Where that $33 billion that is unaccounted for went? Where the money gone? Right? Not to mention all the other monies, right? Taxpayers' money, right? That is unaccounted for. Where all them money gone? And these people and them are scared because the white collar crime gonna get cut out. And they can't handle the fact that when they cut out white collar crime, you save the country real money and the country could move forward. But them don't want that. Right? PNM like too much bubble and scampness and unrighteousness. They just wallow in them kind of thing. They would just wallow in, taking bribes, doing all kind of wickedness, right? And that's one of the big problems in Trinidad and Tobago.
But
He went to the country.
Andy, all them Afro crocodiles who get millionaires, who become millionaires because of IPL in India.
Good morning, Ground Report. As far as I am aware, because long before the study results were coming out this week, and date and time, I have a relative whose child sat exam last year, and the same method that was used this year was used last year for them to get the results. Is something new UNC put in place? I don't know. Bless.
Good morning, Andy. I'm hearing that your name was called on Real TV in corruption under the UNC by Julia Davy and a guy named Tall Man. Andy, you got to sue them both, if that is untrue, my friend.
But as far as I'm aware, each contractor has such a workers, which is 3 teams. But what I can tell you for certain as a field officer responsible for 4 cement contractors at the time in Central, as much as 60 and 70 workers a contractor had. Going home with close to $100,000 a month. Contractors going home, not workers, contractors going home close to $100,000 a month under the UNC between 2010 to 2015 and under the PNM for the 3 years that they renewed those contracts just before the election in 2015. And the caller name, unlike many of you have the caller name, Andy Williams, Pitbull. Andy Williams, Pitbull was a contractor right to night diligence in 500. Andy Williams.
Wait, let's send that for me. All of send them kind of a thing there for me there. So when all the thing on this program, just talk all your talk now, man. Don't give me no co-host and no PNM co-host and them kind of thing there. Don't send them thing there for me at all. Right. American Trinidad Trump, just fart and do it as do normal now. Right? Don't send them thing. I don't know about nobody program and this nonsense they're talking. Contractors was going with $100,000 and Andy Williams. What stupid talk is that? Man, Moody in the country. India is one of the third biggest democracy. Kamala and the UNC going and make sure that Trinidad and Tobago benefit from India, and that will be a study. You see them PNM judge you batten them. Just don't jump in my head with them kunumunus and them this already morning here at all. Let me continue this program here. Let me continue this.
Good morning to the ground report. I want to tell the Muslim population in Trinidad, don't ever protest for nobody who come along here or talk about this shouldn't come here. Because in Trinidad, we don't condone anything against any religion. Because as you know in Trinidad, all of us just go to different functions. Rather Diwali, rather this when you're having Eid al-Fitr, or whether it's Easter with the Catholic, or Shout Out Baptist Day, whatever. We just blending to one another whatever holiday they having. If you watch even the prime ministers and then just change into the garb, whatever clothes it represent. Even Ian Allen is a man does change in the clothes, whatever it represents. So we not a country who does be against who come here according to the religion. Moody might have a problem with the Muslim across the, because the Muslim have a problem with he and all. So they have to handle their own thing. But when coming to Trinidad here, we have no problem with Moody, and we have no problem with any Muslim organization. And when he come here, he will respect the Muslim just as the Muslim will have to respect him. What happening in his country is different to him, right? And one thing I want to say again, we had to come out of this third world country thing, because PNM is a third country kind of government. And the time PNM come into power was to break.
What's the what? Let me continue, man. Time PNM come on. Well, I don't make the voice notes too long neither. Nah.
Break up everything good that Trinidad have. And that's why now we country go down the drain. We have to give about this problem and let me give a first world country government the chance to run this country and to make this country into something. Thank you, sir.
Blessed day to the ground report, Andy, the listening public, and the panel there.
My contribution this morning, where are we going with this race narrative? When some years ago, 2, 3 years ago, it was when Rowley invited some African group to parade for a spin for emancipation. Nobody said anything. Why these people here are so fragile? Where are you going to the race? There's only one race how in this world. It's the human race and two nations, black and white. Or let's stop the choppiness as a nation. We getting nowhere with it. These people are being used. They're being fragile. And the politicians on the PNM, which is Press Negamo, they know this. Press Negro more, people never matter. Every PN, that all the PNM means, it's nothing positive for the nation. If I really so care about the people in this country and the nation, why you don't pay politicians all the billions of dollars you have in your account? Show me care now, Mr. Alwari. Show we care. Show me that you care this morning. Or let's stop being around this stupidness, man. We're trying to raise up our ancestors in this country. We are not a nation like that. We're trying to show with the love. Let's stay with the love. One nation. Trinbagonians. Have a nice day. That's my contribution.
Morning, everybody. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Mickie. I just want to tell you all that the San Fernando waterfront redevelopment project has been left abandoned. There's a lot of dirt that they push into the sea to spread the land, and a lot of galvanized all over the place. Fishermen have a reduced fishing area, and also there is a fishing village on the wharf that was not yet fully commissioned. So I would like Minister of Works, Ms. Jolene John, to do a site visit to the San Fernando waterfront and take a recommendation back to the cabinet to continue that project, because lots of money spent. I mean, it is a PNM thing, but the PNM lost election, and I think we should continue it because it's taxpayers' money we're talking about here. And San Fernando doesn't really have a nice waterfront. The wharf has never really been upgraded, and I think now is the ideal time to give San Fernando a facelift. We could make that San Fernando waterfront into a tourist attraction. We don't have to give it to the 1% like what the previous administration was trying to do, but the government could put a couple businesses down there, and of course they could do over the whole San Fernando bus terminal, make it into a place that is more aesthetically pleasing and comfortable, and build a bigger area in the back there to hold the buses. Furthermore, the ferry terminal, the water taxi terminal in San Fernando, it needs upgrading too. So they could break it down and move it further up and put it just behind the bus terminal where the previous government was doing the backfilling of the land into the sea, and put adequate parking, because parking in San Fernando is also a problem. The other thing, I want to tell Khadija Amin, instead of putting on a set of saris and going all over the place, I wanted to fix the roads in San Fernando. Some of the roads in San Fernando are very horrible, and they're mashing up people's cars, potholes, sinkholes, etc. So if she could repave the roads in San Fernando, it will be greatly appreciated.
All right, boss man. But you going from, we had to get good bus, Benz bus, Volvo bus. You're going by the wharf now. You want water taxi.
What is the issue of who's putting on what?
Sorry,
what way? Sorry. I mean, make your point that we respect that. If there's an issue with the infrastructure, whatever the case may be, highlight that. But there's no need to add anything to that. But I just want to clear up something, because somebody made a comment earlier on. And I want to clear up that, there's just limited visitation eligibility for up to 6th generation Indians in the diaspora. Now, it used to be up to fifth generation. So now it's being extended to sixth generation. But there are conditions to qualify. Again, there are conditions to qualify. Example, you must be able to prove ancestry to be eligible. And once you get through, you will be able to live and work and also own property, but not citizenship. I want to repeat that. Once you get through, you will be able to live and work and also own property, but not citizenship. You get an OCI card, which is an overseas citizen card. So I wanted to clear that up. Many people may not have understood the terms and conditions of the OCI card eligibility. There was always there since 1950 for fifth generation Indians only, and now it's being extended to sixth generation, whose ancestors are Indians, and not just Trinidad and Tobago alone, but for the diaspora. So I only felt it right to share that with you, the people, to clear it up that there are terms and conditions, and it's sixth generation, and you have to prove the ancestry. But I also want to read something from veteran journalist Ken Ali. The mood over Moody. He said the storm in a teacup over the stopover by India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi once more exposes Trinidad and Tobago's soft ethnic and religious underbelly. He said that, of course, there are at least three competing narratives. They are particularly disturbing, having emerged shortly after a huge chunk of the nation's population united in a common political cause. First, some context. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Visessa's diplomatic outreach led Delhi to add a visit to TNT in Modi's planned 8-day swing through the developing world. Relations between the two countries hit a low point during the COVID-19 years. If we remember that, when then Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley rebuffed India over a gift of vaccines. Rowley's intemperate tone led then Indian High Commissioner Arun Kumar Sahu to remark, and he said, I don't think it is in the pale of diplomatic decency to personally attack a resident High Commissioner. Years earlier, there was mutual respect from both capitals, with Dr. Eric Williams heralding Jawaharlal Nehru and Indira Gandhi. William hailed Nehru as a champion of anti-colonialism and India's intellectual guiding light. Relations declined in recent years, ironically when India could best aid TNT's struggling economy. He spoke about the external affairs minister and all of that. By the way, Trinidad and Tobago, although India's economy is the world's fourth largest, worth US 4.3 trillion, TNT did not press for meaningful and enduring gains from the overtours. By the way, TNT, according to a report by United Nations agency, is the only CARICOM nation with a current net outflow of investors, meaning more businesses are fleeing than setting up shop. I want to repeat that. According to a report by United Nations agency, Trinidad and Tobago is the only CARICOM nation with a current net outflow of investors, meaning more businesses are fleeing than setting up shop. So the advantages of Modi's visit extend beyond the overdue mending of diplomatic fences and could lead to tremendous benefits, hear me out, in energy, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, technology, innovation, and more. Modi is an innovative and influential global leader, recognized in particular as a champion of the developing world. But as transformative as he is, his Hindu nationalist ideology has spawned ongoing and sometimes deadly strife with Muslims, who are about 15% of India's population. Modi is a polarizing world figure, but while he meets the Indian diaspora in each brief international visit, he is not marketing his worldview. He was warmly welcomed of course, in Ghana, where 1 in 5 citizens is a Muslim. Ghanaian President John Mahama is looking for trade gains. And while there'll be emotion among some in TNT, Modi's visit is not about Indian or Hindu, as some misguided fringe activists are showcasing it. It is a significant diplomatic and economic moment that could, over time, lead to an improvement in the quality of life for all in this land, which is currently stalked by hardship. Everyone involved must advocate that message. So there you go. This has, but it has exposed again that underbelly of division and those who feel that they can use these narratives to divide rather than to
Wow.
unite the people. But again, we are looking for the gains, and that's what the administration is about. Whatever is in the best interest of the people. This administration has gotten an overwhelming mandate based on the fact that they campaign on making the changes necessary to make the lives of the people of Trinidad and Tobago better. And that is the priority. This entire tone was set forward by the current Prime Minister, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, in making it known that all the hemorrhaging and all the wastage of taxpayers' money must come to an end, and that money must be redirected to programs and policies that are going to benefit the people, to get them off the breadline, to help those who are most vulnerable. And that is what she's reaching out for. People who could come and make that investment that is going to help us to compete on the global market. And there are many who can't see beyond the trees, the forest that lies there when it comes to the benefits for us all. They simply want to create this division because it serves their interests. And that has to stop. And as one caller said, the reason why perhaps we haven't developed as a country, because we haven't developed as a people. So take that in consideration.
Wow. Go ahead, caller. Next caller, man. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But Ken Ali couldn't have said better. I like how we break down that whole thing. They're not about Indian African. They're about economics. They're about the strained relationship that we got since during the pandemic, the COVID. Where really and truly Rowley really talk real out of time in truth, boy. Keep all the vaccine, we're not beggars and all that. I can remember that.
Yeah. So I think this goes beyond. There are fences that need to be mended, diplomatic fences that need to be mended. But most of all, what is important is the benefits that can be derived from this visit for the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice.
Go ahead, Andy. Who's on the outside?
Yeah, Andy. Call it. Anytime you hear race, I don't give you know this morning concerning the Indian Prime Minister. Anytime you hear race, you know it's PNM.
Morning, Andy. Morning, the ground report. Morning to everybody locked on the live, Kyle, everybody. The Prime Minister from India, his visit, I want to know if it will contribute anything like economics and thing, if he could bring any contributions to that. Seeing that we country in a mess from the wicked, nasty PLM government, I would really like to know, if the Indian Prime Minister could at least try to help people build back a little thing in the economy, or what would be the contributions of his visit, because I don't really understand the visit. I don't know if it's a historical visit or if it's a visit to deal with economics or what. So I would like to know. Locked on and listening. Thank you.
All right, well, you lock on. I think Mikey just break it down there reading that article there, Mikey?
Yeah, and I think that later on today, perhaps you will get a clearer picture when the announcements are made as far as what do we expect to benefit out of this visit. So just stay locked on and check out the reports. I'm certain there's more to come out. Go ahead.
Andy, they talk about Kamala weak. She feeble. She can't walk alone. She always had to have people to hold. She drunk. She pee down. She said they say all kind of thing about that woman. And watch me now. She end up beating them to her frazzle up to now they can't catch you.
Let me finish anyway, man.
Yourself. And listen to me, they will fade away. They will melt away. They will get frustrated. All of them go get heart attack and drop down. Because you know why? They're wicked. Their own heart go attack them.
Oh God, the first time I hear that lyrics say, That woman say all of them go get an attack and drop down Mickie. She said their own heart go attack them, you know. Oh God, their heart go attack them. Only make them call short and sweet, eh? Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Andy. Claxon on the house.
Nice, and Mickey's in studio.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Mickie, and I forgot the next
Lennox
one.
Smith.
Lennox Smith. Good morning.
Yeah, he's
the issue I have this morning is I was watching the program yesterday, and I see when Mr. Modi was walking down the stair of the plane and Kamala was at the bottom with 3 young guys. They couldn't be any more than 13 or 14. And I saw some comments on Facebook that one of them don't belong there, and I find that was very, very racial and disrespectful. And when they interviewed the young man said he was happy and glad to meet Mr. Modi. And I find people taking this thing too racial, you know what I mean?
But wait. Firstly, the 2 guys was what? One because I didn't get to see it. So one East Indian, one African.
It was 2 Indian boys and the African boy. I think the African boy is a calypso, you know, he sing calypso and thing.
Oh, so then an African boy there, right. And
right. And when I saw some comments on Facebook saying that one of them don't belong there, and I find that was very racial.
All right.
I mean, and when they interviewed the little boy said, I'm happy to meet Mr. Modi, and the man, you could see the joy in the man, the face, because, I mean, you had to be somebody special to really be there, because if Kamala and them didn't consider he to be there, you know what I mean, would not be there. And I find people taking this thing too racial, man. We had to stop these things. I mean, when I saw it on the TV, I was happy seeing this boy there. So that's my contribution this morning, short and sweet.
All right, thanks so much for your contribution, short and sweet contribution this morning. All it things short and sweet like everybody, yeah?
Andy.
Yeah, Andy what?
All you know is brainwash. That's what it's called, brainwash. PNM people, brainwash.
All right, that brainwash. What else? Not too long. Roll Passad. Look at this long voice note. 5 and you are calling Roll Passad. 5 minutes and 44 seconds Roll Passad. We're going to tell me about. If that Mickie was with Dana Cox yesterday, I can't play that one note, man. That too calling Roll Passad. That too long.
Hello, Andy. Loa Santa Cruz here. Andy, I want to thank Auntie Kamala for bringing down the Prime Minister in India, because India is the 3rd biggest economy. Andy, paraventure that India could help we open back the refinery, and the kind of trade we could do in India, we go back on top. So all them said that PNM talking about this and that and that and that. I glad the man come down here. Andy, and next thing again, I was watching. If you see how Guyana developing, Guyana building hospitals, hotels, bridges, the old money they spend back on the country, and if the former administration from since Eric William time was doing that, Trinidad would be the Dubai of the Caribbean. So let them stay back and hush them out and are backing anti-Kamala 100%. I just senior citizen, by the way, to fix the country. So Andy, you and the ground crew all have a good day and all the best, and keep on doing the work all you doing, because without all you wouldn't be informed, right? So have a good day, Andy.
Andy, good morning. We're throwing gasoline on a little campfire for Andy. That is of no issue in making a mountain out of a molehill. People who want to study that is a few illiterate people making the thing, and you giving it more airtime. That is of no significance. But Andy, you started the show this morning with that lady talking about you.
Boy, let's go. Let's continue. Oh boy. I just playing off some voice notes, a quick one.
Ground report, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, Andy. Blessed morning, Calvary. Yeah, man. it's not really vex the vex, you know. It's just that kind of feeling shame too now, boy, because look how the Indian people in this country love the culture, love where they come from, and they just big it up. They ain't watching that. They ain't watching that. That Indian Prime Minister was speaking, and half of the Indian diaspora here could understand what he's saying. They understand what he was wearing. When Rowley bring the king here, I hear black people of Labantel laughing at the man outfit because they do not know what it is he wearing and why. Which school? The Indians them had a Vedic school here that is teach the culture and the language. Which African school we have here, boy? For the so-called black government that run this country for 50 years out of the old since we get independence. What it is they do for black people to make black people proud, the way the Indians proud of where they come from. If you call a normal black man, you're African, he vexed with you. The Indians who born here, you're still calling them Indians and they're proud. Yeah. So this is it. Is not. I don't think they're vexed. I think it's a form of jealousy. What Kamala need to do is to bring Ibrahim Traore here and do the same thing, and let me see if we go get the same response. Yeah, because you know. When you watch and you say, "Way, look how them Indian people love the people now, boy. Look at the culture. That is what hot in them." Yeah, son, Rowley them never do that for weed like the black people in Lavantil. The man who they bring here, yes, they go bring the African king, but when the African king talk, nobody here know what he's saying. Why? It don't have no school here to teach we African people the culture.
Good morning. Recognize that you cannot stop people from talking negatively. If you are trying to be the gossip police, hoping to make sure that nobody ever says a negative thing about you, you are going to live a frustrated life. No, accept the fact that certain people are going to make cutting remarks, but you are better than that. You don't have to drink off their poison. You can rise above it. You can stay on the high road and enjoy your life anyway. Have a blessed day.
Good morning, Ground Report. Andy Williams, Michael Kerr. Good morning to the Ground Report listeners. I would like to take this opportunity this morning to welcome the Honorable Prime Minister of India to our shores. You know, truly a great man, and I pray that he will have an enjoyable, a productive, a safe visit to our Twin Island Republic. You know, under PNM, they want to bring in all kind of shady characters. You know, you're bringing in a man of a good reputation, of a high standard. People have problem with that. When PNM want to bring in Jindal and all of them who have case to answer in court, they didn't have, them PNM hags didn't have a problem with that. You have a man of a high standards coming in and some of them PNM might have a problem with that. But I tell you, it ain't good to listen to them people at all. Yeah, you know, I want to know also, since when PNM care about people losing their job? It wasn't them, they didn't care when Petrotrin closed down and thousands of people was on the breadline. They didn't care when people in Caroni Greens went home. They didn't care about closing down no laptop for children, no children life fund. They didn't care about that. They didn't care about putting in, raising gas 3 and 4 times and have people paying more and more at the pump. They didn't care about that. You understand? I don't understand these people. They didn't care about people had to line up long lines in rain to change it to $100. You understand? They didn't care about adding on and more property tax to our already burdened down society. They didn't care about that, you know. You understand? But all of a sudden now there's the most caring people. I remember my sister was working CPEP between 2010 and 2015, and you know, when the PNM come into power, she lose her job. You know, you won't hear that from the media. You know why? Because as I always say, it's not only the official PNM opposition it have, it have all these media houses. And come next year carnival, you go see how much independent Calypsonian, all of them go get back the voice. And all of them go hear them singing and chanting and all of that. You understand? All of them go get back the voice. Don't worry. Yeah, you go start to hear all of them. Yeah, come next year carnival. You understand? So I just want to say, Ms. Bisasa, you continue to do the right thing. A lot of these PNMites was holding on CPEC contract for so long and only giving the friends and the family and who don't know. You understand? It's time people who really need it, you understand, get the contracts. And I know for a fact, Ms. Bisasa is not a vindictive woman. She will revamp the system, and those who rightfully need it will get it. I know that woman is a woman that cares about this country, and she will give who need it, she will give them it. You understand? So, but one thing I'm really glad about is that you see, Seo Chung, he won't be getting no pension. I'm so glad about that one. No pension for Seo Chung. You just serve a month or a couple of weeks. Imagine when you look in the airport, that short young picture in the airport. Well, I think they take it down now, but they don't even know what to put 25 to 25. The year 25 to 25, they don't know what to put. They just have short young picture in the airport. All right, fellas, take care and stay strong.
Andy, a lot of people are talking about this Julia Davis that they put on real TV. And she's back talking to UNC and she's saying all kind of nastiness. I don't know why they put it there for. If they put it there for her to give Heavy and TC competition. Heavy and TC is for the UNC. And somebody that get paid, this Julia Davis must be some big shot in the PNM who taking our tax dollars to pay her to come there on the real TV. So I will tell, I'm not the only person saying it. We are all going to boycott real TV. We are all going to boycott it. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to tell TC and Heavy, I'm not going to look at the program again. We boycotting real TV.
Okay, you're boycotting real TV. Well, that's what I do.
One thing I just come on this station to do.
Andy, good morning. Don't forget the little black boy that Kamala had with the other two little boys to greet the Prime Minister of India. And when they interviewed him, he said, I forget the word, to watch that little boy respond so intelligently. You see that little boy? He have been exposed to real leaders in the world. And he was someday grow up to be a politician, a lawyer, a teacher, one of those. And any black uneducated person that talk about that child, that Kamala have him day and day window dressing him and so forth, all you need to check all yourself and examine all your own life to see where all you is and where this little boy will reach in life. Right? Examine all your own life, examine all your children's life, and see where your children will be and where this little boy will be one day in life. And the way how he spoke was awesome, for a 9-year-old. Right? To be dear to with a third world leader is remarkable.
Oh boy. Next, let me continue. Let's continue. Roll Passad, just call and make your contribution now. That is how I am. Whether it's Miss Santa Cruz, whether it's what, a topic done, It done. If I don't want to hear a topic, I don't want to hear a topic. Don't call, I just call the program and wanting this. Just call and make your contributions. First up, I get very touchy when people playing they want to come in my direction. It is what it is. So please, here's a good one. Everybody knows Roy Prasad. Everybody respects Roy Prasad contribution. But I don't want your contribution be on me. Simple. Let your contribution be on Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Nice. And whatever help people need. Right? So let me keep it in, our partner. Let me keep it in.
All you know is brainwash. Andy, I'm coming again. Black people lost. We have no direction, no God or nothing, but we's Roman. How we end up Roman Catholic? Then white people done brainwash how we over the own order, boy. Why if we can't appreciate nothing? Why if we vex? Why if we vex because the Indian and them had a thing? We lost. We have no culture. We have nothing. We have nothing. We have no God. We have nothing. Look how them could worship the God. Chinese does worship Buddha. Right? Everybody their God. Who is black people God? We lost with the religion, boy. We don't know where we for. We in a mess. We in a mess. Always Roman Catholic. How we end up Roman Catholic? All this is the Anglican Church and Roman Catholic Church. We still under slavery in this country, boy. We still under this white people colonial rule, boy. That is why we're here. We don't know where we is.
Very good. Look at caller is saying, Texas is saying, Angela is saying, caller, that's my grandson, and we not taking them on. We laughing at how illiterate and racial they are. Wow, so that was your grandson there. Oh, kudos, and Angela, kudos. It was nice seeing your grandson there, man. Oh boy. Ah, boy. Oh, Anthony's saying, Andy, forget Hina. I agree. But I just want you forget me too. Just make a contribution. Simple. I will never entertain anybody that want to be on me. It is what it is. Ian Allen is entertain anybody that want to be on he? What talk show hosts you know there's entertain people that want to be on them? No, it don't work so. I ain't not doing that at all. Right, what else? All the voice notes done? Let's continue the.
You see all that fairy tale with this God thing? That will have another problem in this world. That God thing is a set of fairy tale thing. Yeah? Fairy tale, all of you believe in God. If you ever hear about promises that comfort a fool, well, all of who believe in God is fools.
Yeah, Andy Pitbull Williams. Okay, this voice also me 5 minutes. Sorry for that one just now. I heard we found Beulah, man, the lady who have all the cats. And here now, boy, Andy, Mikey K on. So here now, maybe Mikey could give Beulah some advice on how to take care of your cats. And why? That's the weekend joke. Okay, good. Later.
But I roll Passat, but who the hell is this next person, boy? Let me hear that.
Thank you very much, Andy. Thanks for cutting my voice.
Oh, well, I don't know who is this now. Look, Roy Prasad now talk this. I don't know who is this next one here. Andy, thanks for cutting my voice note, however. I really don't know who is here. Just send my name now. Send my name. All I'm saying is, leave that alone. Just whether you, whether whoever, let me just move and bring your contribution. Use a man that's normally come with good contributions, man.
You know,
wow. Andy, that's a sweet little child. Imagine these people them talking about an innocent child. He is just a human being, just like everybody else, regardless of his color. He is a cute little child. How people could ever say something like that about this child? A child, you know. Oh my God, this. And
nice. I think all the voice notes done there, you know. Oh boy. And that wasn't roll per sad. Let me send a message to the person telling them, send me the name now, man. Send me a name. I'm gonna put you in the right name to the thing now, man. Send. Right, send me your name. Right, call in, send your message, your contribution. Right, send your contribution now, man. Right, look at you. Don't read it already. Send me your name and send a voice note. Yes, a man normally make very good contribution. Let me go to one of the man contributions in MD. Watch. These are the kind of nice contributions the brothers make. Right, where Mikey there, man? Mikey now he's back there. Bam.
Yeah. This is getting important. Sorry about that. Go right ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't roll passad at all, but this is the brother here, but he's make real nice contributions. Listen to a nice contribution from him there too. Watch.
Good morning, Andy. Let me congratulate the 5 independent senators who voted on behalf of the government to support them with this bill to remove Stuart Chalk from collecting a Prime Minister's pension.
Nice, I'm a real partner here. So partner, don't worry about the pitbull now, man. Just organize and send in and make your contributions, right? All right. There's a good fella.
All right.
Yeah, but the pitbull doesn't like people bite him. I can't take bite. I like to bite, but I can't take bite. That's all. You realize that? So don't send biting me, man. Just let me fight for the country. Yeah, morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning, caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning and Granny again. What I called to say is showing that we all won. When Jesus was a young guy, he left and he went to India and he studied under the Hindu with a guru who taught him, and he went through a journey where he was able to refuse things that would have polluted him. And after he got through and he was successful there, is then he came back and he went and baptized under John the Baptist. So it is this. All the powers that they say under the Hindu is all the Holy Spirit. So we all combine as a unity. We all one. You go, Lord Hanuman is the Holy Spirit, which is the Christ. So it have no division. We all become one.
Yes.
Thank you. This is my contribution. God bless.
Yes, very good. Next caller. Morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Morning, the Silver Fox here, man.
Yeah, the Fox.
Yes, man. Firstly, I believe in God and I'm not a fool, right? I believe in the Father. And what I have to say this morning, it has 13 people in the opposition that lost their soul. Satan don't want it, God don't want it. And they're trying to destroy Trinidad and Tobago because they want all of us to lose his soul. But let me tell you something, PNM or no PNM. Forget these 13 people. Race hate does mash up the world. We don't want no race hate, right? We don't want race hate in this country. These people vex. You know why these people vex? They lost power. And they lost power because they wanted to put so much pressure on we, the black people, that all of them talking now about CPEP and this PEP and that PEP. Don't bother with these people, black people. These people are nobody. Satan don't even want nothing from them. Them soul gonna be drifting right through because nobody are taking it. Because if Satan take it, they're gonna take Satan walk. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Have a pleasant day. And we are no race hate people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh boy. It's still 2 minutes to the hour. Let me see if I can squeeze in one more call there. Quick. Oh boy. I hope it's my partner that I get vexed there with. That me and he get away, but people let's make back up. Morning, caller.
Morning, Pitbull. Barak Paul here.
Go ahead, Barak Paul.
I don't know if I miss Puna, but I hear him this morning. I wonder if he drinking chai with Modi in the diplomatic center. You understand? Remember, he's a big dignitary, you know.
Yeah.
Puna. Yeah. And let me tell you something. It's 2 reasons why people will be miserable. You see, when people have nothing to do and have time on their hand to do nothing, they just be miserable. And you see, when people have lacking things in their life, like intimacy and things, they just be miserable, always complaining and like a mother dog will lose the pup. Let me tell you something, and with every time we as human beings, and you must have little conflicts and things, but it always have ways to remedy things. Look, I just always say, me and my wife, I is Hindu, she is Muslim. I like my little pork and thing. I just eat that. I go respect she and thing. And we always had a mutual ground. But you know, you don't have no complaint when it comes to piggy. No complaint at all, you know. But she go vex when I go say, hey, when you eating a pork, eat it on the side and thing. But when you see, you're dealing with the piggy, no complaints at all. Never vex at all. They say, all right, we got to deal with that. So, let me tell you something. Only ease up all yourself. The only thing could happen with this country is we could go forward and it could get better. It had no way. After what we deal with this nasty, dirty, stinking Rowley and the PNM, that this country could get worse than it was. So, whoever visit, whether it's Modi, whether it's some Nigerian king or whoever, under this government, all it has to do is to get better. It can't get worse. Modi come here with no plane full of yam seed to sprinkle over Trinidad or rice seed or anything. He come to tell and to show, hey, hear what? Right now, India is the third best economy in the world, and eventually they might be the number one. So here's what we're doing in India, and here's how I could help all you to get all your country to a better standing. So we could only benefit. So let all of them complain, all them Islamic group are complaining and all kind of thing and how all kind of issue. It's have an issue in Palestine, already volunteering to go Syria and Afghanistan to fight war for $1 million US. Go down there and help them people. If all you're real true Muslim and believe in the Muslim faith, help all your brothers there. They're killing people in Gaza. Every country that surrounds Gaza is an Islamic country. Not one of them are intervening. Besides Iran, we're trying to help them a little bit and saying, hey, Netanyahu, we coming to show that we are Muslim and we support we Muslim people that getting killed, women and children. But all the quiet down here, sitting down and eating and enjoying all yourself, going and buying all kind of thing in haram place, and then pretending all you're so religious and want to know what Moody come here to do. Rock so. Have a good morning and enjoy all the rest of the weekend. And we're going and drink chai and curry duck and dance chutney because this is something we should celebrate. Have a good one. Take care.
All right, Mikey the Mighty K. Oh boy, well we know it's until Monday close off there for we brother. Lennox Smith done gone. Yeah, he had to go by Pagos.
Monday. And get on. Yes, until Monday, but don't forget Sunday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's yours truly, The Observer. Don't forget to check me out. 2 hours. You check it on Real Media TT as well. Guile the channel, Tigo, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you catch it. Please share the link. It's a 2-hour magazine program with everything that is happening in current affairs. Well, folks, again.
Before you go up, Mikey, what I'm trying to call Kingsley. Let me call Kingsley there now. We go just take a quick minute because there's a fella missing his contribution. So let me see if I get on to Kingsley there now, man. Yeah, the man is a good fella. The man is a serious UNC supporter. I'm calling him, but he's not answering. Let me make sure. Watch. I'm calling him, man. The man don't answer. I don't know why he's not answering. But
He's probably busy at this time. Well, listen, I can't hold on that. The weekend has begun. I want to go and, of course, welcome Prime Minister Moody.
Wow.
I know people have a lot of things to do. If Kingsley's at the beach or wherever Kingsley is, wish him all the best.
Yeah.
Until Monday, folks, don't forget, again, The Observer on Sunday, Ground Report back on Monday, please God. Until then, try to stay alive. And let's get things going. Take care.
Try not to be exact 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock on Sunday.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.